You headed south to see what was going on, where these whirlwinds were coming from, and ran into a little bit of a physical barrier with a 30-foot wide river that, using a little bit of ingenuity and a whole lot of skill, you guys got across. You noticed that there was a sign for the graveyard, but no bridge, which seemed to be a little off-putting. Um, you also noticed that there were trees fell on the opposite side of the river. Upon crossing the river, you saw a graveyard that, as you traveled through swampland, you found this raised area that was used to store these bodies, or to lay them to rest. And it seemed to be kind of getting tighter and tighter as you push forward into the beyond. Uh, and then had noticed that some of these graves were had been uninterred. I think that's the fancy word for it, dug up or messed with. And it was the newer graves that had been manipulated. As you passed by there, on the way in, you noticed that there were some healing herbs that Brew and Scarlet had found, and then collected, and in this process also noticing that some really pretty flowers had been tracked out of their way and stomped down. Um, your ranger led you further into the wilderness, following these footprints, and eventually came into a clearing with a small lake and a very sad, wailing girl who screamed at Scarlet and was very upset with how gorgeous she is. I mean, just look at her, beautiful. I mean, come on. Um, then you initiated combat, where this crying girl seemed to be not affected physically by your attacks and swam rapidly through the water, pulling up these hurricane monsters that had been infused with water abilities. And you guys had a nice little fight there, a lot of creative solutions and tactics using the field. Um, and then Scarlet saw an opportunity to befriend this creature, as she transitioned from being just a crying girl to she befriended this creature. Then, upon seeing this opportunity for friendship, she turned into what we now know as a sea hag. Since Colin said, "Of course I know what the fuck a sea hag was," but didn't meta, and I'm really proud of you for that.
No.
Um, and then after Ina handily destroyed one of these hurricane creatures in an attempt of kind of turning onto your side, saying that she could not stop them. And then we learned some big secrets about one of our party members as she rapidly changed from form to form to form to form. Um, and I think that's the beats. Let's pick up there. You guys still haven't made camp. Enid offered you a campsite to the southern end of the map, but it's a little later. It's later in the day, about supper time, and Ina had disappeared into the lake.
Yeah. And we can't do any more fighting, guys. We need to at least take a little bit of sleeps.
Please,
No.
Yeah.
please.
I ain't got it in me either.
I busted all my spell slots, saving you dicks.
You're a hero. We love you. um,
Ina mentioned some. What are they called?
Kuatoa, the
Armenian
Kuatoa
people?
that worship
Kuatoa.
her and think that she is a god. And if you were to travel, she had mentioned that there were some pretty that the Kuatoa might have found some useful objects in their shiny object collection mission. But you should not mention. She had mentioned that one, you're not. You should not go against the coven that's on the southern side of the river, and you should also the Kuatoa should not know that that she is with you or alive with you.
Right. But she did mention that they leave the cave at night
At night.
to go raiding.
Why am I continuously turning green? I don't get it. Yes.
All right. Well, shit.
I think we should take her up on the campsite.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's dinner time. Time for some
Yeah.
R&R.
Serious R&R.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So do you guys use this campsite and start setting things up? Like, do you build a fire? What do we do? We cook, we use rations.
Rue's
I would
gonna
vote
stay on
against the
his
fire if stay in the tree.
No, I've been like leaning against this tree, and I gave her that picture. I'm just gonna go right back to leaning against the tree and go back to my journal.
Oh yeah, and this ugly scarred up statue has a beautiful picture of Enon.
I'll go over to the campsite. Does it already have like a tent and?
Yeah, the tent is already set up. It's barren. You know, there's nothing left there. It's just the frame of the tent with the tarp. There's a circle for the fire pit, but it there's nothing going.
Are there fish in this pond?
Why don't you roll a let's do a survival check. I guess a perception check. Whatever you want to do. Oh, and then die.
If I know how to do the character sheet.
Big if.
My shit just froze for a second. You
You
say
guys still with me here?
Yes. Nope. You just went green.
Oh, I can't hear anything from you guys.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me? Hello?
All right,
Hello?
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
We could always.
We could hear you the whole
I can
time.
hear you. Let's see. This is really prime shit right now.
Starting off strong, guys.
It wouldn't be a proper week if we didn't have some kind of technical error.
Okay, I'm back.
And if we weren't on a time crunch.
Truth.
What are you getting talking about?
I just said it wouldn't be a proper week if we weren't either having technical difficulties on our end or on a time crunch. So why not both?
Porque no los dos.
Porque
Yes.
no los dos.
Okay.
That's your tattoo.
With a 23 Aramis, you definitely do notice. Well, you notice two things. You notice that there are some fish in here. They don't look to be very big, but there are some fish. And you also notice at the bottom of the lake there is a cave entrance. That looks like maybe that might be where Ina had swam off to.
Okay. That's also, I believe Ina mentioned a cave down there, so that's also where the Kuatoa are. Is that accurate?
Yeah, you could assume so.
Yeah.
Okay.
She had us look. I do remember that.
She pointed it out.
And she was like,
2 weeks ago. Don't sass me.
luckily I was
Thank
able to-
you.
You're welcome.
That's how you do it, boys. Quick recoveries.
Then, if none of the fish are very big, then I just would like to do some general hunting, foraging in the lands around.
Yeah, so then let's do a survival check.
Word.
And do you get any advantage since this is like because this area is kind of...
Well, we were calling this area a swamp, right? So technically
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
because it's not a forest.
Right, so So roll that
It's a
shit.
swamp other than a really soggy forest with a water source.
It's a very
I'm just
moist
kidding.
forest.
I'm just kidding.
Ouch.
Yeah. So I'll say that maybe you get like a few like nuts and berries, but it's just like enough for like a meager portion for yourself, and not
Right.
enough for.
Yeah. Okay. Well then, yeah, I'll start making a fire and busting out some rations.
I think while he's doing all that, I'm kind of just walking. Like, I got a lot going on mentally, and I'm just walking around to blow some steam. And then after I'm like, I actually, Charlie shouldn't be walking. I'm really fucking exhausted. I plop down behind a tree not too far from where camp's gonna be posted up, and I start busying my hands and just sewing. And that's kind of like my nervous tick. Start sewing some shit together. Don't always know what I'm making, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. And I don't know if I don't think I used any spells because everything I used was cantrips, I think.
You used Shatter. I remember that.
Oh, yep, you're right.
I think that's
'Cause
the
I
only
was-
one that you used.
Gonna say I would start trying to conjure happy again. Use Find Familiar if I have it.
And isn't Find Familiar level 1 spell?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Why?
Um.
I have one. I should have one spell slot left if I've only
Yeah.
used one.
Okay. All right. So that's what you're going to be doing is summoning Happy.
Sewing and summoning. Trademark.
Because that should be. Oh, I said it's
Takes
an
an
hour,
hour.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I thought it took a long time, and you were like, "No, it's only an hour." I guess I should look that up.
All right, so we got one person making camp, one person summoning a familiar, one person journaling under a tree, and Claymore, you're just setting up the tent.
Yeah. I'll start rolling out bedrolls and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that tent is only big enough for 2 people.
Is there anywhere nearby that looks like we could kind of set up a second tent that would be somewhat hidden from eyesight?
Yeah, I think with that kind of raised platform nearby, you could set up another kind of sleeping area up there. But does anybody have a tent?
That's what I'm looking.
Yeah, we do.
I have
Alright.
one, yeah.
Of course, Colin's got some bullshit he bought. Okay,
I went to
so
REI
if
before the fucking campaign. Use your discount.
Yo,
It
he-
was sick.
you got any fucking bells and chalk?
That's right.
Oh, I guess I'll get a tent too.
Yeah, we got pittance too, baby.
Yeah, baby. All right, so Claymore, you're kind of rolling out the bedrolls. You kind of notice that there's not enough space, and you remember that Rue has your tent.
So I'm gonna kind of come over to Claymore while he's setting up and. Oni, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I just want to talk to you about what happened the other night at Hollyhawks. It didn't feel right at the time to sort of address you with that. But yeah, I've never seen you like that. The man surrendered and you still killed him. It was very horrific, I think, for the group.
I just kind of hang my head and don't even look at Rue. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I mean, is that something you want me to help you with, or again, I don't want to tell you how to live your life or who you should be. I think that's your choice to make, you know. But if it's something you want me to help you, I can help in those moments. I didn't know if that's what you wanted or not.
No, I do still want your help. I think there are some parts of what I learned being a soldier that are harder to unlearn. We were always trained that if our camp is attacked, then you defend it to the last man. You take no prisoners. Yeah, it's hard to unlearn some of those things.
Okay. Well, I'll help you if that's what you want. I just don't want to be. I don't want to be your dad if that's not what you want either. You know what I mean? Like you're a grown person and you can make your own choices.
No, I do appreciate your help still. And you can. I think even in the moment, in the heat of battle, your words do help,
Okay.
even if they don't look like they are helping.
Then I won't say silent again. What do you think about all this business with Scarlet, Najima, whoever?
I mean, she stuck around. She saw what I did last night.
Mm-hmm.
It was enough to scare off Rika, enough to get us kicked out of Hollyhock, but she stuck around. I think that, and I keep going back to it, but she's, stepped up and saved my life and back in that cave with the Durgar.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like I told her, I don't really understand why someone would hide what they are, who they are. That's not something I've ever even thought of doing, but...
Yeah, it might be hard for you.
It'd be hard to hide this. Come on, I could just screw stuff.
Actually, a gnome.
Just shave your hair, or dye your hair color. Oh wait, about that.
Cloak and sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think.
So I don't know. I think she opened up a lot, which is significant. I also haven't forgotten that she's serving some evil god.
Do you think it's something we can
Get
help
out
her
of
with?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about that shit.
Yeah. I don't really know anything about serving evil gods either, but I think it's something we could talk to her about. I like Scarlet personally.
It doesn't seem like she wants to be serving that god.
I get that same impression. I wonder if we're hearing the whole story, or if this is still partial truths.
With her, I think it's safe to say there's more. There's always more.
She's like an onion.
But
Only female in the group. That's what you get, boys.
Oh,
Get
Gotta
more-
put up with her. She's hot, dude.
She gets more ladies than all of us. It's ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, let's talk to her when the time's right. I think maybe emotions are a little high right now, so we should wait for a better time to talk with her. But I'd like to help her. If we can get her off of this curse, I think it'd be, I think she has a lot that she's carrying that we could potentially help unburden her.
Yep.
But I want to make it clear, I don't want to serve an evil god, and I don't want to do his bidding.
I can agree with you on that.
All right. Well, sounds good.
I've served plenty of masters that didn't have good intentions.
Yeah, I believe that.
So, but I think you're right. I think we can let it lie for a little while.
Sounds good. If you ever need anything, I'm here for you, bud. Just ask.
Thanks, Drew.
Of course.
All right. So, about this time, Aramis has probably already finished putting out his rations. Is everybody else eating? Are we staying in our respective corners? Is there a communal campfire scene here, or is everybody kind of just hanging out on their own?
That's a good question.
I think I would keep my distance until I kind of see what everybody else does. Like I said, I was in eyesight of the camping area, and I can hear myself, so we shut the door. I'm sorry.
My life.
So I'm just.
That's the
scoping
shirt
out.
for May.
Huh?
So that's the shirt for May. Is I can hear myself. Can you shut the door?
This
Get
didn't
that
happen until this week. I don't know what happened, but anyway. So yeah, I'm keeping my distance. Like I definitely want to, like, come sit by the fire. I'm definitely not eating. I think that her nerves are too tore up. That she's just feels really uneasy, and probably couldn't keep anything down even if she tried to. But she also doesn't want to be alone. So while she's trying to conjure Happy to not be alone, she's staying close enough that she can see her team. So, and I think if I saw like Aramis building a fire, I would like start like helping bring some like kindling. I'm not lifting like big logs, but I'm like, here's some twigs, here's some dried pine needles, like kind of thing.
I would say that just for the sake of consistency, we'll say like if you're doing like a ritual and you just like you can put a pause in it for a little bit just to do some like light activity, but can't do anything major to interrupt that ritual.
Okay. Okay, so then maybe, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of throw a stick here or there, a twig here or there towards him, and just sit on the outskirts. But yeah, I'm definitely not eating.
Okay.
Rue's definitely eating.
Hungry boy.
Yeah.
Did Ina go back and did she dive into the lake?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so that wasn't too long ago, and you haven't seen her come back.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll sort of address Aramis and Claymore since they're right in the immediate area. Do you guys want to check out that cave tonight or tomorrow or what?
Tomorrow.
They're gone at night, right?
Yeah, I think potentially turning in early and waking up when they're gone would be a good idea.
I think that's a sound plan.
We may have to
Fun
leave
fact.
the sleepyhead behind and
I can breathe underwater.
Oh.
So
Ow.
we have one water breathing potion. I mean, I can sink.
And Ina did say that we
Fair.
wouldn't have to breathe underwater to get down there. She said it was a short swim.
Yeah, she did say it's swimmable.
Yeah, she specifically said you don't have to breathe underwater, yet you can. And Aramis found a scroll of water breathing. So
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Whatever, doesn't matter. But,
was it a potion? My bad.
Yeah.
Whatever it was.
Thanks, Akipu. Love you. Hero alert.
Yeah, I think we go down there once they all leave.
Yeah.
But there could still be a couple stragglers.
True.
You know what I mean? I don't know if all of them leave.
Right. We may meet some resistance, but hopefully not their full force.
All right.
As much as I was just gonna say, as much as I relish combat, this one day has been quite. And you just see the 1,000-yard stare.
I'm gonna say, yeah, I can't bring you guys back to life again until I at least get some sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have 7 days of this. Aren't you excited? Aren't you excited to go adventuring, team?
7 days of this. What?
Yeah, you guys are out
the potions.
You're out in the wild.
Yeah, we use potions, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I
did?
forgot that you guys use potions.
Yeah.
I
used
gave one to Ina in exchange for my arrows back.
Yeah.
And
She would have given them to you anyway. You just felt bad.
And,
Oh well, yeah, because I was fucking her up with the arrow.
Yeah, like he's got a fucking rail gun he's launching arrows from.
Like, hey, those arrows that are sticking out of you right now, can I get those back?
Oh, yeah,
Dude's playing Quake 4 over here.
He's fucking jumping out of trees. Fucking just a rail gun through somebody's head. Didn't know that motherfucker could double jump.
Speaking of, I did throw a javelin at one of those ghosts. Can I try and find it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that that's like you need to do a check. You can just like dive into the walk into the water and like just find it, right?
Okay. Perfect.
And yeah, and I appreciate you guys keeping up with your inventory because that is going to be a little bit of what we're dealing with in this wilderness environment. Does anybody still have a sharp? Does anybody still have a sharpened weapon?
Yeah, I do.
Aramis does.
I don't. I lost it.
I know that Aramis has his arrows.
I have
And
And my
arrows.
short sword.
I have
And-
bolts,
You have your bolts,
but I don't shoot my crossbow. So
and then Claymore. What
Fine.
you lost yours? Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have that for my notes.
Yeah, mine's gone too. But you knew that.
Yeah.
The Tinker's tools do say they can sharpen weapons, so I could try and sharpen my own. But
Ooh.
I would be.
Got
I
that
would.
in
I
my
would be
pocket.
amiable to that.
I mean, you could also sharpen everybody's weapons. I'm sure it would take time, but with practice.
Can you sharpen a mace?
You could sharpen the points. You can all.
Oh,
it's
is
like
it like
you
a
can
is it
get
like
a
a
little-
like a
star
morning
mace?
star.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's kind of what I think of, at least. That's how you would sharpen it.
Just really polish that ball, you know.
I really get off with the idea of things filing down my balls. All right. So yeah. So you guys want to just kind of relax at camp, and chill, and then go to sleep, and then wake up kind of earlier to try and tackle this Kuatoa problem.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you said it was like early evening, so like 5 or 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So I still need 8 hours. I know all of them need like 4.
I need 6.
yeah.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Me and
So
Aramis
it's
play
still
Pinochle
be-
for 2 hours while you guys sleep.
So it'd still be like 1 or 2 in the morning after 8 hours from 5 o'clock. Or it could be 6.
Yeah, we'll say it's 6, so it's 2. It would be 2 if you guys wanted to wait till you're all at full health, full rest. Is that what you guys want to do?
I think that's the
Yeah.
plan. And I think after like talking around the fire with the boys about that plan, Aramis would have at one point been like, "Hey, Scarlet, like we're formulating what we want to do about these Kuatoa," and I would have invited Scarlet over to come join us.
Like look over my shoulder, like, me? You talking me? Yeah.
The
And,
other Scarlet.
And I would kind of shuffle over a little bit and just be like, whatever you guys want to do, that's fine with me. Whatever, I don't care. I'd probably like sit down awkwardly for a minute and then be like, but I think I'm just gonna lay down for now. But whatever y'all decide is fine. And I go to. There's 2 tents up, yeah, or is there just one? 2.
Well, yeah. You did get the tip from Rue? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he carries it. Yeah.
I go to a tent and I go finish. I probably have 20-30 minutes left of Find Familiar. And I kind of finish that and finish whatever project I was, well, not finish it, but put my, needle and thread away or whatever. And once I'm done, I'll pass out and just be like, right before I like lay down, I'm just like, wake me up whenever you want to go, or if you don't, whatever, it's fine. And I go to sleep.
And which tent do you go to? Do you go to the one that was already set up, or do you go to the one that is on the raised platform?
The one that was already set up, because the one that was already set up wasn't from Rue and Claymore, right? It
Yeah.
was-
Correct.
Yeah, wouldn't feel right going into Rue and Claymore's without permission.
And that also
And-
would have been the closest tent where the fire is.
Yeah. So you're doing like the fire's kind of right outside the tent there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think I shoot Aramis a quick message and say, "But thanks for asking," and then I go to sleep.
And so do you guys want to try to formulate any plan, or are you just gonna hit some rest and then wake up and go as early as possible?
So I want to sit down and go into sentry mode where I'll have line of sight of like where the steps came out of the pool,
Okay.
and kind of if I can have like that on one side and the path that we took came out of the swamp.
Let's see. So yeah, so basically you're just kind of backing up to like these kind of crates over here, or like this wall, and you can see kind of this little funnel that we've got going on.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
so I
you're-
can kind of
you're-
see someone coming through here.
Okay. So we'll say that you're right in this area.
Okay.
So you just kind of post up there, you just plop down by the rock and just kind of chill?
Yeah, I'll just go
Okay.
into sentry mode right there.
Okay. What do you got over there, Nick? What you eating on?
A little protein bar.
I would just didn't know if it was another delicious ice cream treat that you're gonna make us jealous about.
Flexing
That'll
on
be
you.
later.
Huh?
Flexing.
Flexing.
Dude, we need some fucking delicious ice cream treats right now. Okay, so Rue, you have come to Claymore. What's the sit over
Oh, I'm
there?
just gonna trance next to him.
Okay, so you guys are hanging out together. Aramis, what are you doing?
Yeah. So this is the tent, right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, seeing them kind of post up sentry mode. Rue, you're trancing immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna trance immediately. I'm gonna climb up in this tree right here,
Good
and
call.
also keep an eye out for a few hours before trancing.
Yeah, smart.
Okay.
And when it starts to get dark, I wanted to get up briefly to put out the fire
Okay.
as it starts to get dark.
Okay. Yeah. So as it starts to kind of get dark, and you've got these senses about you, so you get up and start to snuff out the fire. You got. I think that because of your positioning, you both might be aware of this. See, so it was about 6. We say we bedded down at like 6:30. So probably about 8:30 it starts getting dark. So you go and start snuffing out the campfire. And then about we'll say at like 11 o'clock, it's starting to, you see some kind of shifting in the water as the ripples are starting to, it's a still lake, and you notice some rippling coming through, and you see a few of these slimy, sticky fish boys start to creep out of the water, walking up the steps. What do you do?
So Rue would be done trancing by this point, right?
Yep.
I missed all that. You guys cut out. Slimy.
Oh,
The
no.
last thing I heard.
Okay, so you notice right at about 11 o'clock, all these slimy fish boys start like it was probably about no, we'll say four of them walk out. Kind of, you see them kind of shifting through the water and swimming out as you see these ripples kind of go across the lake, and then you see them starting to approach the steps underwater. What do you do?
I would kind of just put my hand on Rue's shoulder. Rue, I think we should hide.
I'm just gonna be like, thumbs up.
Yeah.
And I want to move into these trees that are just past the tent,
Okay.
just south of the tent, and try and hide in there.
Okay. If you're gonna try and move stealthily, let's go ahead and get a stealth check.
All right.
It's our first roll of the night.
Yep.
Hey.
Oh no. Well, no, we had a
I rolled
perception of survival.
perception and
Oh,
yeah.
that's right. That's right.
First risky roll of the night.
Emboldening bond would not still be on.
Yeah. And do you have disadvantage on stealth with your armor?
I don't have.
Okay.
We're crushing, boys.
Dang it.
I set the DC real low, but that's real low, y'all. Yeah, so you kind of get up and you kind of creak when you're starting to stand up, just in the slightest. And if it wasn't such a still, quiet area, you might have gotten away and felt like no one would have noticed. But these, well, they are on the hunt, so let's roll for them. Let's see. Let's not just use that passive. Let's use some active shit over here.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm on the fence about it. I
Well,
don't know how I feel yet.
you fail.
Well, for
if-
sure their passive is higher than 4.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, well.
And they're kind of
You could roll a nat 1, we'd be fine.
Yeah,
they're like chuckling about some joke, and they're kind of sloshing out of the water and making all this noise. And then that kind of awkward lull in a conversation that happens where it just kind of creeps in and all of a sudden everybody's quiet. That's the exact moment that you get up. They rolled a 5. They rolled a fucking 5.
Wow.
And so you see
Wow.
these fish boys. They're pretty short, but they start and start kind of meandering over toward your campsite. And they've got there's kind of one leaderish looking, kind of a little bit more official. And then there's 3 kind of peon type that kind of look like they're just kind of following orders. And they start coming over to look around this campsite. You do have a few moments before they get up there if there's anything that you want to do.
I would like to duck inside the tent and draw my sword and stand just inside the door.
Okay. So you're just inside the tent down here. Rue, Aramis, are you doing anything?
What time of night did you say this was?
It's 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Kind of getting the thick of the darkness here.
So Aramis would have definitely concealed himself in the tree and tranced. So I would still be
Okay.
trancing at this moment unless they're making hella noise.
They rolled a 5 on their perception, and like I said, they're coming out. They're laughing and slapping each other on the back and kind of sloshing out of the water. So what your passive perception's 14, right?
14, yeah.
I would say with a 14, well, it's -5 if you're asleep, so it's a 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe you wouldn't. Being kind of in this tree, it would be kind of quiet. The noise would be dampened as you're in this foliage. So you wouldn't have maybe noticed anything rude. You do anything?
I'm putting my back against the tree, and just like holding like they can't see me, like they're on T-Rex status, you know.
Like on the opposite side of the tree from them, I'm assuming.
Okay, we're gonna do one more perception check to see if they stop. They're walking over to this area. And Rue, give me a stealth check again.
Oh my god.
What the world is happening?
Ouch, dude. Ouch.
So like as they walk by, I'm like, and like all the air that I've been holding in just comes out.
You got a coughing fit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so these guys, there's like three of them kind of looking around, and one kind of in the back, just kind of pointing orders and kind of. And one of the guys in the front just takes a net out and throws it on you. So
Hi, fellas.
So we're gonna roll for initiative, but first make a strength saving throw.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
Oh my word! I need some double
Not roll
digits.
today.
By the way,
Digits.
if
Remy
Rue
needs to
trans-
start-
Yeah.
Go ahead.
if Rue transed immediately at 6:30 at night, you should be
Yep.
okay. Rue
Yeah.
Full,
should
full
anyway.
health.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah. I mean, I was full health.
Full health. Full spells.
After the fight. Yeah, it's the spell slots that I need it back.
Fucking hell. Joe, you can say no to this or whatever, but I did finish conjuring Happy before I went to sleep. Happy doesn't need to sleep, so I would just kind of, he just knows, like, just to hover over me in a general area, like, to alert me or wake me up if something's going on, or is that not something he and I have developed?
I would say if you had said that beforehand, I would be
Okay, yeah,
totally okay with
That's
that.
fine. Yeah, I didn't.
But yeah,
but, I mean,
because
he is there conjured.
yes, conjure. Yeah, because you did specifically say
Okay.
that you're casting Find Familiar, so that
Okay.
is legit. All right, let me start a ticker.
A
You
ticket?
guys can, yeah, turn tracker.
I'm just kidding.
Do I have?
Do you have a ticker?
Okay, so I don't have this stat block in.
That's good initiative for Sleepy Aramis.
Dude, these rolls today are just something.
Oh.
Jesus.
Trash
Oh.
roll, dude.
Oh, Aramis, you're still asleep, my dude. You.
Yeah, I say,
Oh,
like,
you can take that off the board. Then.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can. We'll wait until some noise is made. Well, I mean, I'm assuming that people are going to be loud, but let's.
but
If
also,
it gets to your turn and it's not loud, then you're just going to skip your turn.
Yeah, that's fair.
um,
I'm gonna run to the restroom real. A hot
yeah, I
second.
gotta pee too. I'll ask my question when I come back.
Hey, well, I guess we're taking a 5 then, team. I guess that's my stream has gotten away from me. I have no power here.
Time. We need some time before the DM tries to kill us again.
Yeah.
I didn't.
You've captured the
Go
only
ahead.
healer. This is gonna go well.
Hey, like you're the one who's like, I press up to a tree.
Well, that's what Rue would do.
I'm fucking nature. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go when I can. So be right back, team. Bye, say bye, baby. Hi, after everything except for happy. I will love all your curves, doll. People like with lemon, a little comfort. Yeah, I'll measure you. I have another. The neat is weird.
Well, A, you don't give off creeper vibes.
No, it's because of the math. You can't see the spatial difference.
And B, you're hot. And you're super charismatic. So, you are. You're very easy if you're actually tired of friends. So you're not able to do something. I would put money. So you do. Our friends are smart. Smart by the book.
Are these emergency beers?
No, I just wanted to see so I could quick reference what we got. Maybe be careful. Huh? No, Carol. Can I see? No, it's fine. Can I sip it to see? You know.
Oh, thanks for the view, baby.
What?
Said thanks for the view.
What
Since
did I
you're-
do?
Since you're watching the stream.
Oh, we don't talk about it.
Had those numbers, baby. I'm off the internet. I can say what the fuck I want.
People can still hear you.
No, they can't.
You sure?
I got my audio turned off. I've got a waiting screen. Now, whatever Colin's doing, that
I
they
was
can
gonna
hear
say,
me.
'cause
They
when
can
I
hear on
watch it-
Colin's.
Yeah, I
But
don't.
my
turn on
screen
yours.
isn't an issue.
Yeah.
I don't want people to know I'm my Twitch handle. It's private information because I'm a private gal. I still can't freaking. It won't click and give me the bubbles on my character.
Oh my! All right, I got you solve problem.
No. I can't.
Gotta eat my damn fajita.
It's not working. Look, click away, click, and then wait. Let me show you all the things I've tried. Select move, click, nothing. And then,
Click.
oh shit, I forgot I was.
I mean, how would you have done? Like, I moved that to where you're talking about. Thank you. This episode is sponsored by Multiplicity.
Do you want me to roll initiative even though I'm asleep?
No, I can just apply that. Oh, yes.
Yes.
And
okay.
then if it gets to your turn and you are awake, then you will be awake.
Okay.
But if not, we'll just skip your turn.
And I know that I can't remember exactly what Ina said, but she did say this tent was safe.
Yeah,
Right?
it was. Yeah, they weren't generally gonna mess with it because it's already
Oh.
been. But you guys
Yeah.
drew attention over
Shit.
here.
Excuse me.
Um.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about a shiny thing that I made for Rue. Let's see, and then get rid of this. Bring in this. What? Why don't you have a thing? Um. I'm setting up her token really quickly. Baby, what's your health?
Before I went to sleep, right? Because I haven't fully rested. I'm at 4.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm at 4. Wasn't expecting to fight tonight.
I wasn't expecting for you guys to fight tonight either, but you guys,
You just want to kill us. You just want to
I gotta have hobbies, you know?
sicko.
TPK, right?
But do I get half my health? Shut the door, please. Do I get half my health back because I've slept for half of my time?
I'll let you roll a hit dice.
Oh, really? Thanks. I'll take it. What are my hit dice?
If you're at 4 hit points, yeah, I'll give you a hit dice.
Appreciate it.
Nothing's happened yet, right?
Oh,
Right.
can't math.
What do you get? Do you get 1 hit dice back per long rest?
No, I think if you long
or
rest, you get
2.
them all back,
Then
right?
You get half.
You get half.
Really?
Yeah.
A long rest?
That's the real hardcore mechanics.
So if you have 3, you get 1 or 2, depending on how nice your DM is.
Yeah. pretty much.
Yeah, I'll say for this endeavor, you guys can roll your hit dice. You can round up for your hit dice. This is gonna be gritty.
So, but Okay, so technically, actually, I've had a short rest if I got 4 hours. I don't get my health back, but I do get my spell slot back, right?
Well, now we're getting into like.
Well, I mean, you
kinda
can say
really-
no. I mean, if I get woke up after 4 hours, I was intending
Well,
on taking a long rest,
It
but
depends on how long the combat takes, because you can wake up, kill some shit, and go back to sleep and get the
That's
benefits
true.
of your long rest.
Yes.
yeah, as
But
long
if
as you're
you-
not up for what, more than an hour, I think it is.
Yeah, it's an hour.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do. 1 second. Let's change this vibe.
So is one of those guys closer to me since he threw a net right on me, or did he throw it from a distance?
Yeah. It's within 10 feet, I think. I can put him at 5. Like a real freaking hacker over here, put in these groovy commands. Okay. And then I'm gonna roll for these guys, and then all that settled.
Which direction did they come from?
They came from over here.
Okay. So then I would be on this side of the tree.
Okay, so then we got this guy over here. Then who's right on top of you. You got these guys who kind of sniffing around over here, and this guy in the back who's kind of barking orders.
I can take a hit dice, you're saying, as well, my dude?
Yeah, if you want to take a hit dice. I don't want you guys to hate me at the end of this experience.
That is a
Too
shitty
late.
hit die anyway, so whatever. Thanks. I'm just kidding. Thank you.
Thanks, Obama.
It's
Putting some
Obama.
stats for these guys. Sorry, guys. All right, Claymore. What's your dex?
It is 13. The modifier is 1.
Okay, so you're gonna start out this combat.
So real quick, they successfully put a net on me, correct?
Yeah. So you are technically restrained.
So the second they throw a net on me,
So-
I'm gonna go, help! Help!
Help!
I was gonna say that was the most southern thing I've ever heard you say, Colin.
Help me, y'all!
Thanks for waking Aramis up.
Yeah, anytime, guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if I hear that, does it wake me up if he's yelling?
Yeah. You are awake. Everyone in the party is awake.
Okay.
And Claymore, you get first tracks. And
So
these,
hearing
just so
Root
you
call for
guys,
help.
these guys are walking around. You can see they've got these like nets slung over their back, and they've got these big toothy maws and spears slung over their that they're kind of prodding in your direction, and a
Okay.
shield at their arm.
Hearing Rue call for help, I will go into a rage as I step out of the tent. My eyes flashing to red, and I don't even care about these other ones. I'll just step up to the one that netted Rue and take a
And
reckless attack.
Okay. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you walk up behind this guy, and you rear back. You get this flash of red that Bruce, he's kind of creeping up from the shadows, and you just take a big slash through his back, and he is like, you almost see like a little bit of spine when you cleave into him, but he's still standing. You look like you fucked him up a little bit.
Does he say anything? But whatever. So he doesn't speak. Okay.
You've heard them make some noises that sound like something, but
Like-
it doesn't sound like common. All right, so that's Claymore's turn.
Yep.
So he turns around, the one that you attacked, and is going to take his spear out. And he's gonna strike at you, and he throws his spear past you.
Awesome.
He just like launches by. I'm gonna put a little reminder there for me. He's a sad boy. Okay, and he's like looking at you and looking behind, and he's like, "Rah!" His buddy behind him is gonna come and seeing this immediate threat is going to come up and try and take a bite out of you. And his maw is toothy and dangerous, and he definitely takes a chunk out for 5 damage before the reduction. And he's like kind of hanging on to you a little bit there. And this other fishy boy is gonna run over, seeing this opportunity, swing wide.
Did he get close enough for me to swipe him?
He went outside of your attack of opportunity. He saw you fuck up his boy. He's like, no, I'm not gonna deal with that. And he's gonna try and grab onto the net. And he's gonna start dragging. And he's gonna make it just a few feet away. All right, that's their turn. Aramis, you have been woken up by screaming Rue.
Okay. So, I'm awake. What do I see around me? So I see this guy who looks a little beefier. I see these two surrounding Claymore and Rue being dragged off.
And Rue is in a net being dragged away.
So I can see this guy, right? And I know that if I move, like, can I try to stealthily shoot the guy dragging Rue away so that I will, you know what I'm saying? So that my position isn't compromised.
Yeah, why don't you roll a stealth roll, and then we'll see if someone notices you. Technically, this would be a hide action, but I think your positioning lends it to it. Yeah, so you just kind of know, you're like waiting for the moment where like the wind hits the trees just right, and you can release an arrow pretty silently.
And word, dope. I am gonna be using a +1 damage arrow.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits.
+1, so 10 total.
Okay, yeah. So in your classic, I think this guy's like kind of dragging here, and you like blast through a little bit of his bicep, and so he lets go really quickly of this net, and he's kind of flailing around a little wildly here.
And that's my turn. I'll be remaining where I am.
Okay. Rue. Oh wait, no, Scarlet. This is in the wrong order. Scarlet, what would you like to do?
So, Happy's invisible. I heard Rue scream for help. I asked Happy to go serve. Well, if this is an action, to ask Happy to go survey and see what the hell's going on.
And Happy is supposed to have his own initiative, which we didn't roll. We'll just say that he can go just right before you. We'll just for efficiency.
Okay. So he just goes out and scouts, and then comes back. Well, he doesn't even have to come back actually, because we can speak telepathically.
Well, you'd have to use message, so that would have to happen on your turn.
No, we speak telepathically. Remember, I looked
Yeah,
at
Oh,
the
yeah,
familiar.
the familiar
Yeah.
spell. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So he would communicate to me these fish dudes or whatever. So I immediately changed forms to look like one of these guys with my hands bound and gagged. And I stumble out. Let me move my character, looking like these fish boys but gagged here.
Okay.
And I'm like grunting and groaning and kind of like just making a scene. But the second I have their attention, I'm going to use Ina's form to try and frighten them.
Okay.
I did not put that in I didn't put frighten in my character sheet.
All right, so I'm gonna
what
roll.
do I need?
So they all make so just as a saving throw.
Yeah.
What's your spell save DC?
I'm pretty sure it's 13. Let me double check. I'm 99% sure that's what it is. Yes, it is 13.
Hold that up.
I don't think it would hit the major or the big dude. I don't think I'm
Major, he's the official position.
official.
Uh,
Actually, yes, it does, because it's 30 feet. I think that's what you said earlier, and he's 25. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So then the the two that are closest to you actually save. They kind of see this
Damn it.
coming
Like the
up.
ones near Claymore?
No, the two on the right hand side. The one to the left of Claymore, he fails. Like he's kind of focused on trying to get, like he's holding on for dear life, and he looks up and sees you flash into that form, and he's just terrified. The other two save. They
Only
kind of see you
seeing-
coming.
I see 3 little baddies and 1 big baddie. Am I missing somebody?
Yes. So the one to the left of Claymore.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so this
The
guy
big
saves.
guy. Okay.
These two
Okay.
fail. I mean, these two save. The other one fails.
Right.
And then I'm gonna roll for the big boy up there.
Okay.
And he fails. So we are now scared boys.
Which. Okay.
So what that does is they now have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you are within sight. That's pretty powerful.
And they can't move towards me, right?
They can't move towards you.
And they can't attack me.
They can't attack you with disadvantage.
Okay.
If I read that right, let me
Yeah,
check.
you're right.
Yeah, that's what you
it's
said.
Disadvantage. Oh, it's for anybody they attack while
Yeah.
I'm in sight. Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and so that hits everybody with this new form that you have learned.
Now, I would say that I look at Claymore and I give a little wink. as Ina, I'm like, look what I can do now.
All right, so Rue, you're up. We can't hear you, Colin.
Yeah.
No,
Still no.
That's it.
no. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna close my eyes and just say, "Guy, take the wheel." I'm gonna reach in my vestments here. I'm gonna do a little jingle on the old bell and toll the dead
Oh.
on the dude that's
Uh,
trying to grab me.
Okay. So we'll do a wisdom saving throw.
Doesn't he have his disadvantage?
Oh, and he has disadvantage. Oh no, he's the one that saved.
Oh,
So,
my bad. I'm sorry.
but he failed. So go ahead and roll that
Roll
D10,
that.
D8.
Yeah, because he hasn't taken damage.
No, D12. He has been hit.
He has been.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got shot by me. Let's fucking kill
D12 or
that
D10 or
motherfucker. D12, right?
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, D12.
Nice.
Oh yes. So you see like blood start running out. Like you can't really see where his ears are, but you now know that they're there because you see like blood running down them, and he's like kind of holding his head, like barely keeping it together, and you know you really fucked him up.
Leave me alone, please. That's my turn.
Okay. And so then it's the whip's turn. So this guy is going to kind of run this way. Well, he doesn't see Aramis, so let's see. Can I do a save against this, or am I just boned?
I mean, if you want to be really technical, you can, as an action, roll perception for something.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have done it, right? Like, well, he might have seen his warrior get fucked up.
Nah, he was too scared. No, I'm just kidding.
So let's roll perception with disadvantage.
Bless you. But maybe not bless you since you're playing the bad guys.
What's that?
I said, but maybe not bless you since you're playing the bad guy.
Oh yeah, fuck these guys. Yeah, so he's looking around. He can't really see what's going on. But he he can't get any closer, so he's gonna harness some energy within himself. Oh, he can sense you because he has a special ability that does that.
Too late. He already moved. You can do that next time.
He sees his little buddies getting messed up down here, and he's gonna bring this energy through him, and is gonna help out his homeboys.
Oh no.
And he's gonna try and make a saving throw. And fails, and so he's like sitting. He's like trying to like push forward to this like fear, and he's like kind of having this kind of internal flight, and he just like is screaming in rage as he can't move forward. All right, Claymore,
Screaming
you're
in
up.
fear.
Screaming like a little bitch, we'll just say.
Bitch fish.
I'll recklessly attack this sad boy.
The which boy? The one who's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna hit. And you see this like glowing energy start to radiate through him, and you just like cleave him in half.
Hell yeah.
He's fucking dropped.
Some.
All right.
And then I noticed that Rue's being dragged away, and run over to this guy.
All right, so you're gonna take an attack of opportunity.
Has disadvantage because he's frightened.
He just has regular because because of the reckless.
Yeah.
But he still fails. Like he kind of is like fell off while you were cleaving his buddy in half, and he tries to come down with the spear and it just fails miserably. But being that he is now terrified, he's just gonna avoid his sense of. Well, I think he's gonna try and be a brave boy. He's gonna try and attack the source of the spear with his spear.
You can't attack me.
Yeah, he can with a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't move forward toward you.
Oh, okay.
Spears
You're
are
right.
his spears are like 10 feet, right, or something?
No, it is. It's.
Or is he
just-
throwing it?
Yeah, he's chucking it.
Got it.
So that is a 14 to hit. That hits. I'll roll damage.
Oh. Jeez. Hit me with it.
You are down, my dear.
How much damage did you do?
6 damage.
Oh, I have 11, baby.
Oh, you didn't update? Yeah, okay,
I
alright.
did update it, but it may have been after you changed my token, but my character
Okay.
updated.
Okay, so you now have, so you see this like spear launching toward you, and you try to react, but it like bolts into your chest, and you can kind of feel it still like sticking in, and he's gonna try and save from the fear condition, and he fails.
Can you save?
Yeah. You can.
Oh.
They can try and save at the end of their turn.
Oh.
This fishy boy sees this giant monstrosity coming after him, and drops his prey with his 2 loosely flapping biceps and tries to attack. And misses. He like starts to try to jab at you with his spear, and you just kind of like dodge out of the way just like really quickly. That's their turn. Aramis, you're up.
Technically, they should have ran away from me if they were fear. Like,
They're frightened, not fear.
oh, my bad. Okay, I'll shut up.
All right.
I do that. That's why I have it pulled up right now because I constantly get those 2 mixed up.
Yeah, sorry.
Seeing what's going on, how to play this? I'm gonna turn my attention to the guy screaming over here and noticing what's happening and that he like didn't take any moves forward. I'm gonna shoot him with the longbow. Seeing that Claymore just fucked that dude up and ran over to save Rue, I'm assuming he's got it. So I'm gonna turn my attention to this guy. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to change music.
No, you're fine. Okay, cool.
Yes,
I'm rolling.
yeah. So you're turning your
Roll.
attention. Yes, and that does hit.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That was a normal arrow though. That
Okay. So you like.
Sorry,
he's
and just so we're clear, I'm not retconning, but like I'll tell you if I'm firing a +1 arrow like last time as well.
Yeah,
so if
for
I
sure.
don't say that, yeah.
For sure.
If and now you can definitely call me on that if I didn't say that before. So
Ruby just got very quiet.
So yeah, I'll shoot him. And
Yeah,
then...
so you launch that arrow down and you know that kind of force and you're like, oh shit, this doesn't do as much to this guy as to the little guys.
And on seeing that, I've kind of been in my concealment spot, like in the lower limbs on the branches. I'd like to use my movement to climb up the tree a little bit higher.
Okay. That's your turn. Scarlet, you're up.
Okay. I'm gonna move.
Okay.
And the frightened condition, because I'm trying to find like the specific text. 30 feet, right? Like, or no, it's line of sight. So as long as they can see me, they're still the people that are affected by me.
Yeah.
Roll with disadvantage, correct?
Okay. Would this tent be an obstruction of line of sight?
No, there's like a little flap entrance. You can still see you.
Okay. How about now, if I'm there?
Yeah, you're definitely out of sight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, under the...
At least for the one down below.
No, I don't want to do
the
that.
guy up here could still see
Is
you.
there any way or anywhere I can be that's out of like a javelin throw distance? Like if I'm way over here?
Well, the guy who launched his spear over here, he doesn't have a spear anymore. He's just got his bare hands, and his spear is sticking out of you right now.
Okay.
This guy up top doesn't have a spear, and then this guy down here, he does have a spear. So you're getting closer to your immediate threat.
Okay.
But he's kind of occupied.
So, I mean, I know it's still fucking close. Because Aramis is in the trees, right? Like he's up.
I'm up especially now, like I'm even higher up in the tree.
You can totally say, well, if I go in...
I know I can. Guys, the couch is so cozy. I just love it so much.
Is this line of sight, yes or no?
You would be out of line of sight of the whip.
So I'll just be here, and I'm in sight of both of them, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Neither one of the two that are frightened have been hurt yet, correct?
Big Boy has been just...
Oh, Big Guy's been hurt?
Yeah, both of them have been hurt.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. The boy at the bottom has not been hurt.
Okay.
The guy at the top has been hurt.
Top boy has.
It's a power top.
Okay. I'm gonna...
Really enjoys jackhammering. It's his go-to move.
I'm gonna crossbow the guy up top, the major. As
Okay.
I call him.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Roll.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Oh, no. And then when I miss, as my bonus action, I'm gonna drink a health potion.
Okay.
Man,
these health potions are going quick, boys.
Shut up. we weren't expecting to be fighting this much.
Okay.
What's
so
the
you're
greater? What's the
2d4
greater?
plus 2. That's what we decided we gave you guys.
2d4. I'm just gonna roll 2d4. Oh my good gracious alive! Plus 2. I get
Wow.
a
Plus
total
2.
of
So you're
4
at
more.
9 hit points.
Cool.
And
Actually,
your crossbow that is the string is broken.
I hate it when you do that. Side note.
Guys, this couch, that's the next piece of furniture that I'm buying is a pull-out couch because I spend so much time there.
He's buying because I'm not contributing to that. He can sleep on the floor. Just kidding. I just kidding.
All right, so Rue, you up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna total dead again on the same dude that's got me in the fucking sling.
Okay. You can try to break out of this thing too.
Yeah, I'm not a strong boy.
Ow, ow, ow. Hey, so they might not be that strong.
Well, he's not grabbing it anymore though, so you can just use half your movement.
So
to
I can
get
just
out of
stand
it,
up
right?
and get out of it.
No, it would still be a strength check because it's like a
Okay.
weighted net, right? It's like a
Okay. Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna total dead.
That makes sense.
yeah. I'm gonna fuck him up. Okay. So on the one who's trying to carry you.
Yeah,
And what's your spell save?
it's 13. Yeah.
It meets.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm fucked.
So you try to jingle the bell, but like you really can't move, so it doesn't really make a sound.
Yeah. Sweet.
I didn't go for happy because I was so distracted by my
You
string
can
breaking.
retcon if since it's not in just put it in your notes so you can fix that later. But we can give you a little quick move.
I mean, I was just gonna say I'm gonna send Happy, who's
Wait.
invisible.
Go ahead.
You want me to wait or go ahead?
I forgot to roll with disadvantage, and he rolled a nat 20 on his second, so she's still okay. So yes, carry on, baby.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm gonna send Happy to help. He could say no, but I was gonna send him Happy to help Rue since he's the one grappled, and that's the only one that's not frightened. But if you can want to say no,
Well, you can try and help, but
next time.
you can't really offer any help because he's already rolling with disadvantage, and he didn't try to break out. So.
But if instead of disadvantage, could he just roll normally? Like if Happy's helping him.
No, because the creature has to save, and it's already rolling with disadvantage.
Right. The
So
creature.
Happy can't do anything to make that situation better.
Okay, well then, can Happy offer the help to anyone? Then I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, Happy could help, maybe provide distraction for Claymore since he's got his reckless right now.
Okay.
And maybe you can impose just a regular attack if you wanted to help him with that.
Yeah. Well, I would say that Happy is helping distract whenever they attack him to miss, not when Claymore attacks. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
And I would like to say that when he does that, because he's invisible, so they can't see him, he just breezes by them and then passes or breaks wind as he passes by them. So unless they don't have a sense of smell, they get distracted by the stench of his fart.
And the other guy has otherworldly senses, so he really sniffs that fart.
Perfect.
Really fucking, he can pinpoint
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so then that is Ruth's turn. So then it's the major, you called him? I'm gonna call him the major.
Call it the major. I don't know. It just came out.
And now that he sees Aramis, what would you say? You're probably 20 feet up in that tree?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
that's one of the smaller trees, so yeah, definitely, 15, 20 feet.
Okay. So you see him kind of harness this magical energy again and strikes the ground with his little pincer staff that he's got. and he shakes the tree violently. So make a strength saving throw. So you fall out of this tree.
Son of a bitch.
Uh, and since you said it's like 15, I'll just do. So it's only 2 damage, but you're now on the ground.
Okay.
And he's gonna try and save, and he's still screaming with rage as he's so far away. I think he sees this, and he's actually gonna run. Okay, he's running away. Okay, I'll do that. So that's his turn. Claymore, you're up.
I am just gonna finish off this one right in front of me, recklessly.
Okay.
Goodness.
Yeah, you
Excuse me?
definitely.
Excuse
I want
me.
you to
Goodness.
describe how you do 18 damage to this to end
I've never
him.
seen a gutted fish. I just gut the whole thing, top to bottom.
from tip to tip, from tail to tip, boom. He's just like you cleave the other one in half, and you learned like the finesse of this one. So you just separate him, and all the guts just kind of fall out. He's done. He done.
Tainted tonsils, baby.
Hit the tail, take the tonsils. All right.
Can I use my movement to pull this net off Rue?
I'll let you use your move. This isn't how it's supposed to work. No, I don't want to open this can of worms. No,
Yeah, I would
okay.
just say no,
no.
because that's an action, not a movement.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I were the DM, I would be like, no, for sure.
Well,
Then
Remick, you always have time to shine, buddy.
Then I am just gonna step up to this last one that I can
Okay.
see.
And as you walk up to him, he looks up at you, and he's gonna take up his fucking net. He's like, I'm gonna get this one, and he throws his net on you. Hold on, let me roll the hit. And he throws it at your toes, and he kind of shits himself a little bit. Oh wait, that was an advantage. It doesn't matter. I already rolled. Okay, yeah. So he just kind of shits himself a little bit. Throws
Isn't
this
that-
thing.
This is the one that's frightened though, so it would have been
Yeah,
a
but
regular roll.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
but
a normal roll, right?
Yeah.
'Cause he
yeah.
has
So it should have been a
advantage and
normal roll.
disadvantage.
Right. Yeah.
So he's seeing he's not feeling so hot over here, and he's gonna run away.
I'll swipe him as he runs.
Okay, go ahead and swipe. Yeah, so you you see him running away, and you just instead of stiff arming him, you just put your sword out, and he kind of half guts himself as he's running by. But he's still up. Aramis, you're up. What you got?
I'm pissed that this motherfucker shook me out of the tree. So I'm gonna walk around to get a better angle up right on this piece of ledge here,
Mhm.
and I'd like to
Give me an acrobatics check to see if you can get up on that ledge. Yeah, you get it. You flip up there. You a
I
flippy
look
boy.
pretty cool. I look pretty cool doing it.
Yeah, and this time you don't break any bowstrings this time.
Right. Well, it was the shot that broke the bowstring, so we'll see. I might still break the bowstring. Don't say that. But no, I would like to do a pinpoint shot on this guy who's running away, at his. I'd like to aim at his foot, or his leg, his leg. Let's say his thigh specifically.
All right, roll to hit. Yeah, you're aiming, but he's trying to get away, and he's moving too fast. And you're so angry that you just let loose, and you just barely miss. All right.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna use the rest of my movement to kind of track this guy and take one step forward.
Okay. Scarlet, you're up.
I'm gonna. Oop, not move. Shoot at the last motherfucker standing.
You
wait,
mean
no,
the
no, I
last little
see.
boy?
I scrolled up. That other guy's going towards the water, ain't he? I ain't letting that happen. I'm assuming that this rock is like a wall. I can't like go this way to jump it, right?
You could. It's down, so you could slide down.
No, because then the other guy will be out of my line of sight.
You
I
can
will
move after
use.
you do something else.
Hmm?
You can use your action and then move.
Proof. Yeah, that's a great idea. So I'm gonna go after the little boy with Eldritch Blast. I wish I had more health. I would go right up on him and use my Warhammer.
Maybe you should learn a lesson to stay away.
No, why would I do that?
Fuck that.
You are the primary damage caster in the group.
I mean, I don't suppose an 11 hits.
And you're going after this boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running away, and he just like brings his shield over behind him and boops it off.
Well, fine. So here's a question: if I go out of his line of sight and then he comes back, so his next turn he would be free of the disadvantage. But if he comes back into my line of sight, does that effect go back?
Yes, it's not well.
Because it says in line of sight, so
you have no idea. You haven't used this ability yet.
I'm asking as a player because line of sight says line of sight. It doesn't matter if
Don't metagame.
Okay. Let's see how much I can move. Beep beep. Fucking hell, not to do this. How many feet is that? Is that too many feet? That's too many feet.
It's 30.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'm going there because the major can still see me, or is that wall obstructing his view?
I'd say that he can, but the other guy can't from where you're
Right,
dropping down.
Okay, and then I'm gonna send Happy. Let's see. To help Rue. Yeah. I was looking up rules and shit this last round, to be honest. Has anybody taken damage? Or really hurt?
No.
Okay.
I think you're the most
Okay.
fucked up.
Yeah, I took 2 points of damage falling out of the tree. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, and Claymore's still raging.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then Happy's gonna stay with Claymore. Oh, that's
All right, Rue, you're in this fucking net.
Oh, I thought he was out of the net. That's why
No, the guy who's carrying him died, but it doesn't mean that he just gets out of the net.
Well, I'm gonna try and get out of the net.
All right, so roll a strength saving throw.
Oh my Lanta.
You get tangled up
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
You try to throw it off,
You're
and your hand gets like stuck, kind of hanging out.
I start pulling where there's not an end at all. I just get deeper in it. I've now hogtied myself.
All right. Well, that's your turn. Claymore, you're up.
Okay.
Papa's rolling hot tonight.
But I feel like you've had some really hot roleplay roles, but your combat roles are always
Well,
garbage.
that's fitting for Rue.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I still am just recklessly raging, so I'm just gonna run this guy down.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna hit. How do you end this fish boy?
I'll just cut him in half horizontally. Cut the legs off.
Fuck, we're gonna call you Captain Sushi over here. Like a walk, just cut in twain. Yeah, he's done. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. It would have been his turn, but he just dies. That's his turn. Okay, Aramis, you're up.
So Aramis is feeling emboldened, and he's sick of running around shooting his longbow. So he's gonna draw both his swords and charge this guy. And I have just enough movement to make it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna swing at him.
That hits.
Sweet. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action, 2-weapon fighting, and smack at him with the my offhand.
Okay. That hits.
Ah!
Nice. Nice.
My boy. He's just falling apart. Okay, give me 1 second. Gotta look something up. Okay. So he's going to turn around and lunge at you with a bite.
With disadvantage, correct?
Yes, and he just barely misses you. Like he makes connection, but he just like bounces off your armor. Then he's going to take his pincer staff, and he's going to swing at you with that. And he misses. God, this fear is just devastating.
Makes me feel so good about my choice.
And then, so then he's going to harness some magical energy and affect himself. And then he's going to look behind him at the sea hag, and he's going to see if he can save himself. And he just looks back and grimaces and turns toward Aramis again. All right. Oh, that totally wasn't even his turn. Like that should not have happened. But we're gonna roll with it.
It happened.
Yeah, it happened. I got excited. I was like, oh, cool, close range. Shiny toys to play with. All right, Scarlet, you see this guy move in a flash. He's like so fucking fast, it doesn't even make sense. I went out of turn. That's
Okay.
she's not entertained.
Should do that. Where am I? He's looking hurt, right?
Yeah, he's hurt, but he's still looking pretty hardy.
Damn him. Okay. Well, then I'll keep my distance and I'll do a ranged attack. Scared to do Sacred Flame because I'm like, they're water creatures. I don't trust that.
Well, it's a radiant energy, so it's
That's
not.
true. I'm just tired of doing Eldritch Blast to death.
Yeah, but I mean, if
Best
you got a
cantrip,
good
though.
spell.
The only thing I ever do is
That's
swing a
true.
sword.
Yeah, right. Right.
But all right, I'll try and Eldritch Blast him for the third time to see if I miss, and I miss.
Yeah. You bring up your double finger guns, upright finger guns, and he just works at you, and that's his turn.
What?
Huh?
Wait.
Oh, okay. So he goes after me, but because he already went.
Oh no, that's your turn. Sorry.
Oh,
Misspoke.
okay.
Well, you can move and stuff if you want
Yeah,
to.
I can definitely move. Let's see.
And don't forget about Happy. I'm assuming he's chilling with Claymore, but
Yeah, but since you're right on top, I do think Happy's gonna go and help you.
Okay, so Happy makes the transition over.
To Aramis. You can tell me if I can do this or not. Obviously, always is the case. I want to be here to where I can like keep my head poked around the corner to make like look at this fucker. But I want to be able to like pull back behind the wall if I need to, or can I not do that?
So we can. So if you go up one more space, I'll say you can
Mhm.
have like half cover where he can still see you, but you get a little bit of cover and bonus to your AC.
Okay. And I know what you were trying to do earlier, but when I'm reading the Sea Hag, he can't save at this point. Like if we're looking at, because this isn't cause fear, this is frightened.
A creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns with disadvantage of the hag within line of sight, ending the effect on itself on its success.
What are you
D&D
reading? 'Cause
Beyond.
That's where I'm at. That's
Okay,
exactly what I'm
horrific
looking at.
appearance.
Yeah.
Any humanoid that starts its turn within 30 feet of the hag can see the hag's true form must make a DC your saving throw. On a failed save, the creature is frightened for 1 minute.
So
The
a
creature
minute
can repeat the
ago-
saving throw at the end of each of its turns with disadvantage if the hag is in line of sight, ending the effect on itself on a success.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Cool. Brew, what you do?
I'm gonna say, Rue, settle down. You're getting a little ahead of yourself. You're getting a little excited. Let's just get out of this fucking. It's just a net, man. You're getting
It's just
a net. There's no one holding it. Just you and this net. Let's do this. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna try and wriggle on out of here. Oh my lord.
Take advantage. Please take advantage. I just have to give you some. You just
Aw.
you've been in it so long.
Yeah.
Just
I'm starting to get cozy. I don't know what life would be like without the net now.
Oh, what is it?
Gonna be in this
Stockholm
net
Yeah,
forever.
yeah, exactly. This is my net.
Fucking. This is Rue's hammock for the rest of the
Yeah.
fucking campaign. Okay, that's your turn.
well, wait. You got 65 feet. Can you?
But he has to use his action to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, fact. Right. I forgot about that.
And then this major over here starts huffing and puffing from moving so fast earlier that on his turn he can't do anything. All right, Claymore, you're up.
Well, I'll just continue the pattern here.
Did you say fucking somebody up?
Does 13 hit?
That does not hit. Oh wait, no, it beats. Yep.
Yeah, I was
Does
about
hit.
to say the 13 hit last time. What happened?
He buffed his AC between that attack.
Oh.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Yeah. So you fucked him up. Yeah. So you start seeing some gore coming out of him, but he's still up. He's still ready for fucking action. Anything else?
Nope.
Aramis.
So I'm gonna imagine like the way that he like got hit, he kind of like stumbles into my short swords, and I'm gonna swing again.
Yeah, like that gashes him.
Yeah. Good job.
And I'm gonna hit him with the left hand.
That does not gash him. You're just getting too cocky over here.
Can Happy not help him?
Oh yeah. Use that advantage.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that hits
Ooh.
him. Yeah. So he ducks to dodge, and like as he goes, Happy like farts in his face, and these otherworldly senses just kick into overdrive, and he like recoils in fear into your fucking short sword.
Yes.
It's like a Joe fart if you ever smelt it.
Mm.
If you'll ever be so blessed.
I think I've been trapped in the car with one or two.
I'm sure.
Or 100. All right, Scarlet, you're up.
I'm a one-trick pony, baby. Yeah.
I'm into that pony play, baby.
I mean, I could use a spell, but it's like, oh, it's gonna matter.
But we still have a long rest to complete afterwards.
Hopefully, who the hell knows
Yeah.
when that's going? That could happen tomorrow or the
Two
next
more
day
hours.
or the next. Oh my!
Wow, that is absurd.
I have
dude.
not rolled double digits one time tonight.
I've been
I
sucking
will-
it back
I will-
for 15 minutes.
I will give you a he's still in this fart cloud advantage to get one more roll.
Thanks for helping me tolerate your stench, baby. I got double digits.
Double digits.
Yeah.
You-
Didn't hit. I know it didn't, but it's still double digits, and I'm happy about that. I'm stoked that it's not a 9 or an 8 or 7 or 1.
All right. Do you want to use happy or move?
I think I'll stay put, and
Okay.
then I will move happy. Oh, happy. Poor. Rue is still in the net, right?
Yes.
100%. Happy's going to help Rue get out of the net. I'm sorry, y'all. I know he's probably
Dang.
almost dead, but I feel like I'm just like broken to pieces watching Rue struggle, and Happy, even if I wasn't, Happy would be like, I don't care what you say, I gotta go help him. So Happy goes to help Rue.
And I'm just gonna say that Happy gets over there. All right, Rue.
All right,
You gonna try and go?
yeah, I'd say at this point, like my arms are probably behind me, my legs are up, and I'm like, you got to be like a fish, bud. That's how they get out of them nets, right? Like, and so I'm just like doing the worm almost, trying to get out of this shit. All right,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and somehow it
Immediate
works.
advantage.
And okay, so that's your action. What do you do now?
Burn the net.
Oh, no, we need that thing.
Stockholm syndrome. He loves it.
Yeah.
It's his best friend.
I'm just gonna stretch out. I'm not even gonna do anything. Just oh god.
Send your 30 feet of movement, just like doing this back
Yeah.
and forth. Ooh, yeah.
Yep. That's Rue's turn.
All right, so the major over here is kind of starting to get surrounded a little bit. He is going to use magical energy, and let me check out what road this is. I'm going to need everyone to make, well, everyone except for Rude to make a charisma saving.
Can't charm the charmer, baby.
Hot
He
damn.
he just falls in love with you. That's what it is.
Roll. +5.
I'm sorry, baby.
That's not your fault. It's just digital interface.
For your next attacks and saving throws, you're gonna take a D4 away from them.
Okay.
1
1d4.
Yeah, and he just kind of squares up, and that's his turn. Claymore, you up? Question mark.
What should I do?
Finish him.
Got it. Yeah. Oh,
Please.
I thought you just did 24 damage.
You're like, what's up?
I was like, holy shit.
No, the 16 was my max.
Okay.
You've done that a couple times, max damage.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Yeah. So now you see he's barely up. He's holding on by a thread. Like that really like kind of pushed him into another dimension.
Word. Anything else?
As I hack at him that time, I'll say, Aramis, he's yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna totally keep Wolverining this guy. You know, just like.
Yeah, that hits. How do you Wolverine him to death?
So like I see like I hear Claymore say that, and I go straight for his neck, and I want to chop his fucking head off in like a spin move, you know, like a.
Yes.
So wait, do you chop both heads off in one move?
What do you mean both heads? He has two heads.
His
Dick
dick
head
in his head.
2 heads, 1 swipe? Like 2 birds with 1 stone?
You got a dirty mind, don't you, Daddy?
Yeah, buddy.
I'm a little disappointed that you didn't. Whatever.
I did. I missed that one entirely.
I'm ashamed. I'll call you my friend.
All right, you guys are out of combat.
Oh, thank goodness. I was set up for failure. Oh, wait, I was already doing that. So that's okay.
And you see Scarlet kind of haggard as this sea hag kind of hanging out on the beach.
I'm better off than I was before.
A little emotionally exhausted. You see
Yeah.
Rue doing like fucking Tai Chi over in the corner.
So Rudy's gonna.
I'd like to start.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no, you go ahead.
I said Rudy's gonna run over with the rope and just say, guys, this was really strong rope. This is some quality stuff here.
Yeah, I definitely think we should keep those nets.
Seemed like a pretty good trick they had.
Yeah, and I'd like to, I'd like to start collecting arrows. You know which one I'm looking for.
And I'm looting bodies.
So first off, let's roll a D4, Remick, for your short swords.
Oh yeah, facts.
X.
X.
Ooh,
God, I
beautiful.
hate you so
So
much.
it
I believe
hits
that's
more
the
sharp.
second max roll on that sword, by the way.
You're pretty close to just getting like a permanent +1 on these short swords. But
You
just
should
always.
do that. If he succeeds next time, or make
Well,
him break it next time.
It's just the one short sword. The offhand is not sharpened. Remember.
Okay, so there's that. So and then roll a D20. If it's above a 10, you get your +1 arrow back. So yeah, it's kind of like lost in this gore, and like the head separated off, and it's just like you can see it's like kind of like crackles into nothing.
Word.
So yeah. So what do you guys do now with that? Well, I kind of need a bathroom break. You guys
Yeah,
wanna take
same.
Let's take a quick
Yeah,
little 5.
Right before we do, can I grab the 2 nets that were thrown?
Yes, and just because you can't see it, there's a third net, so like you could have all the flunkies had nets,
Okay.
so you could recover all of those.
I'd also pick up one of the spears,
Okay.
and I'd kind of look over at Claymore and be like, I know you're collecting javelins. What about these guys?
Yeah, if it still looks throwable, I'll take it.
Yeah, and each one of them has a spear, so you could get 3 spears.
Sweet.
And that's a D6 if thrown, D8 if used two-handed.
Cool.
All right, you guys are done looting. I'm gonna go pee.
Bathroom break.
Oh, charmer, baby. Well, I've just been doing a shit. Fucking heifer. That's who I am. Only one of them. The other one I did. But, I mean, I made them. I took them away from T Tiny Baby. They're pretty beefy now. Yeah, they're beer.
We got a homemade taco. Oh, he doesn't have his headset on.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah.
God, Rue's useless in combat, dude.
Well,
my only job is
like-
to bring you guys back. That's literally all I do. It's my only function. We use 3 potions now?
Yes.
3 of 8?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, going well.
Going well.
Going well.
Yep.
Did you get your, like, half-level thing?
No, I haven't yet. I need to
Ask him about it.
ask him about it. Yeah.
Yeah, we're...
You got it. It's in your DMs in Discord.
It is.
You basically become part paladin.
Let me check my DMs.
Yeah, let me slide into them DMs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Family is sacred.
And so you have that as like a base thing, and if Rue goes down, you just automatically revamp your points.
Awesome.
I see that as just like you and Rue's kind of connection and his connection to Gaia kind of being harnessed through you two. And it will still be an action to use them, but that way you're like an AED for if anybody goes down.
Yep.
It's to get me up so I can get the rest of these fuckers up.
No, it's to keep everybody up, and then if you happen to go down, then it just is it's in an overdrive.
Just sick.
Yeah. So really, I can use like all the points on Scarlet and Aramis because if Rue goes down, it'll refill.
But that's only once a day.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes down a second time, you don't get it back again.
Is it once per long rest or short
Mhm.
rest? Okay, well then for like mine, like when I get my spells back after a short rest, is this considered a spell?
It's I'm gonna say that it's a long rest thing because that's like you can see how powerful that thing is.
I got lucky though. Like
You hit
I got lucky. Yeah, but I
you-
mean, I could have hit none of them or one of the 4.
and if we continue to play it, it feels underpowered, and that was just kind of a fluke thing. Then we can switch it to a short rest, and that can be like a warlock kind of thing. But I think that the per long rest is pretty fair because we can just do that every combat as a free action. Like that's
Well, it wouldn't
pretty
be every
powerful.
combat, silly. Short rest. But, okay, long rest.
We pretty much have to short after every fight though,
Mm-hmm.
because we're getting fucked up. Can't hear you, Rem.
We did pretty well this fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damage
That
wise.
disadvantage saved you guys so fucking much.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness. I was
Yeah.
telling her like 20s
Yeah,
next
thank
to
you,
3s.
Najima. Like,
Yeah.
All
That
right, you
was
can call me
definitely
Najma
close.
right now.
I would not have charged that dude if he was rolling regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was odd for you to go in. It's like, what? Who are you?
I was also pretty upset that you didn't lose your sword sharpening on
Stop
that.
it!
Because
Stop
I was
being
like,
upset with our successes. Like, who are you? That's gross.
who am I? I'm your
Who
fucking
am
DM.
I? You want us to fail?
I want you guys to have challenges. And Rivik just
I
hasn't
mean,
run into a single challenge this
That's not
entire
true.
game.
He rolled a
except for
nat
his
1 on
dick
his
being too
first.
hard.
No, he rolled a nat 1 on his first death save last session. He got 2
Oh,
fails
yeah.
automatically, and none of us could get to him without him having to roll another one.
Gosh, that was terrifying.
I don't know. That
Yeah,
was a
it
pretty
was.
big challenge.
Yeah,
that
so
net almost
I
took me out.
after that, I'll be honest. After that, I went on Hero Forge and I designed Athos' appearance. I was like,
Well,
oh,
I gotta be ready. And I think Rue's next little perk will be called Natural Survivor, and then you can just have advantage on everything that
Did you say
involves
next roll?
natural,
Yeah.
like natural, but natural.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a big stretch. It was okay if I just said it, but then I had to go back and explain it, and just got 1,000 times worse.
And I still don't understand it, so I'll go there.
Like a natural survivor, but he's against nets.
Yeah.
Against the Nets.
I have advantage
I
on
got it.
net saving throws.
Oh.
a natural survivor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it now.
Okay.
Sorry.
You guys. Okay, so you guys I start immediately. You guys are in this like fucking bloodbath of this like fish guts just exploding everywhere. And you're like, oh, he's skinny, and just pick up all these loot pieces of nets and spears, just like kicking over bodies to pull the nets out of their pockets. Um, what do you do?
So
all of them?
looting, yeah, looting the body. We don't find anything other than like the nets and the javelins and the.
Yeah, it's they have like the three little guys have like a dinky wooden shield, so they're kind of like sticky when you touch them.
Or kind of seaweedy. Is that what you said?
Sticky.
Sticky.
And then they have the spears. They have their nets. The kind of leader boy has this little pincher bitey staff that he never got to use because he died.
He swung it once, didn't he?
Yeah, but he didn't hit anybody.
Yeah.
You're like, I gotcha, and then you're like, no.
I think upon seeing them gather all the materials, I would stumble back to the tent and like before I go into it and collapse, I'm like, I think you guys got it, and I know you guys don't need the beauty rest that I do because you're just naturally beautiful people. So I'm gonna hit the hay, and I go in the tent, and because I'm probably slimy or sticky myself, I like throw my clothes off, throw them out the tent, and then I go under the covers in my bed.
You threw your clothes out of the tent?
Yeah, I think that like I'm just
Aramis?
like, huh?
Aramis, roll
that a
constitution.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Please forgive me. I should have.
Uh,
He's a very visual person. You know, if you can't really see it, it
Yeah.
doesn't really do anything. The idea just doesn't.
And then I would before like when I go to put my head on the pillow, I would ask Happy, who is still invisible. I would just say, hey, can you just like keep an eye out, and I know that I need to sleep and I love snuggling with you, but until we're somewhere where we can feel safe, can you just like keep an ear open and alert me telepathically if something like this happens again?
Oh yeah. And he flies through the flaps in the tent.
I
and
grab
he's
him
like,
by the tail first and pull him back and give him a quick kiss and then send him on his way.
I really wanted to like make him slip you some tongue, but I knew
No,
that would be.
no! Oh,
Yeah.
whoa! Don't do that. He's like my pet. That's like bestiality. Like, don't.
We don't kink shame here.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not-
do. That's fucking gross, y'all. Don't.
Yeah, I'm open to lots of things. That's not one of them. I'm not okay with that. Animals don't
so-
get the choice in that matter. It's not fair.
Okay, they got really serious really quickly, so we're not joking about that ever again. All right, so Pete,
Your fault.
Noted.
so Happy leaves the tent and says, "Yes, I will protect you." And he goes, "Oh yeah, we're not serious anymore." And just like sits up on top of the tent and just like chills. You see it like kind of sink in a little bit where he's just laying on top.
Oh.
And I will just go back into sentry mode.
Okay.
Yeah, after unsuccessfully looking for
wait.
my +1
Should-
arrow.
God, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna get back in my tree, and same place, just kind of trance out for the remainder of my trance.
So I guess Claymore really only needs like an hour and a half more, right? If he needed 6 hours or 2 hours.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
6:30 to 11, so 5.5.
4.5.
Yeah. So just a couple, short
An
little
hour and
bit.
Okay. But Rue is up, and then so Aramis is now taking his
Yeah.
Noni's time.
Yep.
Well, I was already tranced for at least like 2 hours, so I have like 2 more hours of trance or something.
So we going back to the same positions as earlier?
Yeah. I'm not
Owl.
trancing. I'm watching though,
Okay.
because I'm finished trancing and I didn't use any spells. So.
Okay. So about another hour passes by, and you see some ripples in the water.
Oh goodness! Stop it! Better be Ina.
And Ina starts coming out of the water.
Yay!
And she kind of slinks out and kind of does like a little look around, walks up to the statue, and just like takes a moment to just look at the picture that she posted there, and kind of touches it, and then turns around and heads toward the camp and sees Rue wide awake, and a field of Kuatoa guts. Just, did you guys clean up?
I don't think so.
We did not say that we
Yeah,
did.
I don't think so.
And I mean, like, I think that's one of those things that, like, if your characters just would have, you didn't say it, but would your characters have slept in a pile of gore?
No.
Aramis went back up into the tree where there was no gore, so
Okay, so it's Rue and Claymore. It's up to you guys if you.
I mean, I think that I would have cleaned up along the way, like a little bit, like whatever I was walking past. Like if you walk past a piece of trash, you pick it up.
like as you're looting, you kind of like throw the chunk of arm off into the woods a little bit.
Yeah, it's like the biggest parts. It's like, oh, that part that'll biodegrade, you know. But no, I would say that when I was walking past, I would have been like, picked up here, picked up there. But I'm not gonna make it spick and span tonight. Normally, I think I would, but not tonight.
I would have piled up the bodies near the fire. Like right next to the fire. Where the fire was, at least the fire pit.
So now you have a hot, dead body smell in the area.
It's Fish Friday.
Hey, we're having Fish Friday, y'all. Congratulations.
Yeah, Rue didn't help pick any of the bodies up, but he's not hanging out in it either. You know what I mean? So he would have found an area that was unencumbered by fish guts and sat there.
All right. So we're just gonna make a couple quick markings where dead bodies would have been. There's another one right here, and then another. I think so. There would have been one here, but we'll say that one got Claymore kind of cleaned up. So Ina has this moment with this statue that she loves to see, and turns and sees, like, looks at the dead body and looks up, and Rue's just like, "Hi, hey."
Yeah, they didn't like us very much. And I show her the net. This was it was pretty bad, the attack.
This is my arch nemesis.
Yeah, I almost didn't make it out. I won't lie to you.
And she kind of looks up and looks at the body and like gives you like this look of shock and just like, what the fuck, with her big kind of awkward eyes, and starts dragging this knifed up body that has no dick and head, and starts pulling it into the woods over here. Dang it! It won't let me move it. Just adjust it. Okay, it's gonna be giant now. All right, this thing gets me into the woods. All right, I'm fucking done with it. Yeah. So she doesn't even like say anything. She just starts moving this body, kind of into the trees back here, kind of near where your tent was actually, but it's out of sight. And she comes up and says, "I told you to stay hidden. Did you? Did you not?"
Yeah, no, I did. They heard me though. I hid behind the tree. It was a really good hiding spot. I don't know how they figured it out, but they definitely did. And then he threw that net on me, and I don't. It got kind of dark after that. I won't lie to you.
I mean, it's dark out. Of course, it's. I mean, it's night. Of course, it's dark.
Yeah, I was spooked. It spooked me real good.
Well, like I said, they're not gonna come over here and bother you if you're out of sight. So maybe you should move somewhere a little more hidden.
Yeah, that's probably a good call. We probably should have done that the first time.
Yeah. So let's go. I told them to hold off on some things, but then I also told them to go look pretty heavily tonight. So
How many are there?
a lot. I don't really know.
Gotcha. Yeah, show us where you would like to move. Claymore, you wanna get it for just a sec, bud?
Yeah, I'll stand up.
Yeah, let's just head over here. Like, I told you, they won't mess with this campsite if they don't see you. And so she like points you over to this kind of corner in the back here.
Oh, Ina.
So I'm gonna get over here and be like, oh yeah, this is much better. This is definitely where you should have been.
I can see how they would not see us here. This is
Yeah.
it's a really great strategy.
I get what you're saying now. I'm caught up.
What was the last part?
I said I'm caught up.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that's good. And she's still kind of like holding her wounds. Like she's still like not looking great, but you know you can see that she wanted to make time for you guys. So she makes sure that you guys are kind of safe and secure, and just, you know, I don't necessarily want to go back down there, and they won't really notice if I'm gone for the night. If I'm gone for more than a day, then it might be a problem. But I sleep with you guys tonight?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we actually set up a tent.
Yeah.
That nobody's using.
You can sleep wherever you want, but yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, where's Scarlet?
She is in that that tent.
You should go in there with her.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'll do. And she kind of like just kind of backs up a little bit and like doesn't really know how to say goodbye just yet.
We'll be
And
here
she
if you
just
need
kinda,
us.
Pulls back and just like turns and starts like slinking off to the tent, and kind of like peeks her head in and she goes,
Sorry, hold on. Wait a minute.
hello, good morning, good night, good morning, good night. Hello?
I think because I had a Happy on patrol that he would have noticed Ina.
Oh, yeah.
And he would have kind of been like, hey, Ina's here. And so I would have kind of been like half expecting, waiting for her to come, half sleeping. And the second I kind of hear the like tent door pull back, I just like open up my cupboards and say, come on in. And I like pat the pillow next to me. And I always sleep with a pillow next to me. Just in
This-
case.
Half of her pack weight is an extra pillow.
Pretty much. And
Okay.
if not, it'll be for happy, or I'll just snuggle it instead, or whatever.
And
But, yeah.
she like starts to slink in, and she like feels her foot, like she steps down, and like she feels like the kind of like crunch of it, but and then kind of like one second, and kind of goes and dries herself off a little bit, like takes up like some of the foliage and just kind of like tries to brush off some of the water, and like doesn't say what she's doing, but you can kind of hear like a rustle outside. And Claymore in Sentry Mode, Rue outside, and kind of see this kind of odd thing, and so she like comes in and lays next to you, and doesn't really say much, but just kind of lays down and quietly just kind of, it's like she doesn't even like try to like get close to you. She just kind of like makes a big space and is just puts her head on the pillow.
And I think for Najima, that it's kind of awkward. I mean, it's been a while, like probably since, I mean, other than in our adventures together, like she slept with someone, but like non-romantic or whatever, sleeping with someone. Like her sister and her used to sleep in the same bed all the time, and it was like they would sleep back to back. But like to have this space in between always felt weird. So I think that Najma would scoot closer, like, and back up against her, like, you know, just like back to back, just like, you know, I got your back, you got mine. There's no room for error, kind of thing. And she would just kind of get cozy and just be like, "This is nice. I'll see you in the morning."
Yeah. Nuzzle. Yeah, so the night passes pretty uneventfully with a few kind of position changes. And we press on into about 2 a.m. When Brew has been watching guard all night, and maybe you've seen like a couple groups of the Kuatoa go out, but because you're so far back, like you can hear them like splashing in the distance, so you don't really know and have an idea of their numbers, but you've seen them kind of leave, and or you've heard them leave, and it's just kind of the dead of the night when everybody's kind of up and at 'em.
So everyone's done resting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's the middle of the night, 2 a.m. What do we do?
We refill our hit points.
Yeah.
So I haven't done that. I feel like it's been a long time since I've done that.
I know, right?
Man, it's beautiful. I feel like a new character. I think, well, I mean, I'll kind of like continue resting because, I mean, Ina's only been there for like an hour, right?
Yeah, she hasn't been there very long.
I think I would kind of continue to lie there and be like very nostalgic and like the companionship kind of like sleeping style. Listening to, I know everybody else doesn't have to sleep as much as I do, so I'm listening for them, any activity from them. And I lay there for probably like half an hour and I'm like, well, shit, we got stuff to do.
I would say I poke my head in. I walk over to the tent and poke my head in. And are you ladies ready?
And I kind of shuffle up, and then I realize I don't have any clothes on, and I shuffle back down. And I'm like, yeah, just 1 second. Luckily, it's dark, and there's not a lantern on or anything. And I say I quickly throw something on that's not wet, and brush it off because it's probably wrinkly. And I'm like,
Can I roll perception?
Yes, you can roll for perv. Hey, baby, can you roll for modesty for me?
I don't know how to do
That's
that.
a stealth roll.
Oh, stealth.
With advantage, because you're in a
I was-
fucking
Well,
tent.
what if I
Yeah.
wasn't trying to be?
Oh, okay. Well, then
Oh,
fucking
no.
he sees what you got.
Well, I mean, I was just gonna say stealth regular, just like, oh, only because I mean it's fucking Claymore, and that made me feel weird. But Aramis is like, whatever. I don't know. Claymore just, I was like, but Aramis is just like, whatever. I don't care.
Claymore's your dad walking in on you, and you're like,
Yeah.
that's, oh, I need to be preserved.
Pretty much.
And
And then like Rue is like my little brother, or like my best guy friend, or
Aramis is
And
like
Aramis
this
is
dude
just
you
like-
fucked in high school. That's like, eh.
I haven't fucked yet, kind of thing. But
He's
it's
been
just
trying to
like,
get with you since high school. Like, yeah, he's tried long enough.
So do you want me to roll or no? With
You-
all these
Do you let him
circumstances?
see? Do you let him see the goodies?
How about just a peek?
Okay, just she lets you see a nip. She sees you leering. Just a peek of just a cheek. That's what it is.
There you go.
That should be the name of your next bar that you make us
The
into. Or,
cheeky peek.
The cheeky peek. There you go. Okay, that's gotta be in there. Okay, so
Not me.
Ina, as you're kind of getting settled, Ina like kind of wakes up and says, I really would like to help out, but I'm a little bit weak from what we did earlier. So
No. You rest. If we end early, I'll come back and I'll resume my spot. You keep it warm for me until then.
yeah, the elf looks like he ends early a lot.
Oh no!
Roll for stamina, baby.
Yes. Oh no. That was great.
I was just too. Oh. You notice Aramis rubbing at his pants a little bit, like trying to clean something up. He's so excited about that cheek. He's been trying so hard for so long.
Jeez.
Oh, good night is so good. Yeah. So, well, just be careful. I saw that I I did help clean up a little bit. I don't know if you saw that, but the bigger guys, they're kind of like priests a little bit. So just be careful of them. They
You mean like Major? Like, is that what you mean? The one?
I don't
one
know which
finish-
one you're calling major.
I mean, for
I
story's
didn't name
sake,
the
can you
Kuatoa.
can I just
Yes,
say?
major.
Okay, thank you. I could have pointed to his remains.
You couldn't because she cleaned up the body. You fucking heathens left
Where
out.
it
in a
was.
fucking-
How
You
about
could have
that?
said the one that got decapitated.
Anyways, I was
Decapitated.
trying to
Both
to
heads.
save all that. She
Is there
said they're
any
like-
way that you could go in there and see how many are still in there?
Yeah. Give me a persuasion check.
But we're friends.
Yeah, with advantage. I'll give you advantage.
Okay, thank you. Oh.
It's really comfortable right there.
I don't really want to go back in there, but let me see if I remember. Do.
Or if Happy is still invisible, we could send Happy down there.
Suggestion. You're so smart. You must play D&D.
About 15.
Jesus.
Yeah.
There's only now they can change depending on.
Yeah, we
there's-
heard some leave. But
there's definitely room for plenty more. But when I left, there was about 15.
You
The-
did.
Go ahead.
You did say that if we stay out of sight, then if we could sneak past them, then they shouldn't bother us, right?
Well, yeah, but it's kind of tight quarters in there. It's possible, but she kind of tinks on Claymore's armor. I don't think that you're really gonna get too far without being noticed.
Well, so 15 is the number even at night when they're all active and gone?
No, that's what's left in there right now.
So that is the number when the rest of them are active and gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's only about 3 of the majors, if you're calling them that. But
Oh.
depending on, they have a lot of power with their minds. So if things change too much down there, there might be more. But right now, there's 3.
Do they listen to you? I know you're saying you can't lead us down there, but there's someone else who can come with us that looks like you. And I glance at Najma.
Yeah, you might be feeling a little heavy. I understand you've been through a lot, but if they start to stop respecting me and think that I'm turning against them, well, that's their god abandoning them. And as I said, they can manipulate things with their belief
Right.
system. So they'll
Well-
find another god, and it won't be outside of that cave.
Well, here's the thing, like if I pretend to be you and then my cover's blown and they see that I was a manipulator, then they won't blame you for it. They'll blame me, the imposter, because I can turn
I
into
don't know if
whatever.
they're that smart.
So you think even though if they see you and then I immediately become something else, you still think they'll?
They've seen me change.
How does one acquire this status of godhood amongst the Kuatoa?
They really just showed up and started following me around. They really came out of the wilderness and just kind of attached to me. They saw me living in this lake and thought that I was some sort of deity with my ability to transform and well, I did have to defend myself from them, and when you turn someone to a puddle out of fear, that kind of inspires a little bit of a following, I guess. Apparently. It's one of the
And-
weird things that's just happened since the blight started.
And table talk.
Mhm.
Is the cavern the way to the coven, or is that in a different
No.
direction?
And Ina would have explained this, like the cave is its own kind of entity. It's one way in, one way out.
So what were we going down there for?
Treasure?
Oh,
the
that's
loot.
right. Stuff that
Fucking
would
that
help
loot.
us. I remember her saying there were very powerful items down there that could help us along
That's
the
with
way.
light.
Okay. Yes.
And she did say that she doesn't know what they are. It's just that they
yeah.
collect shiny objects, and people tend to bury people with their
Yeah,
most
the
prized
best of-
possessions.
Well, Ina, I don't have your abilities to melt people out of fear. But if they respected you because you could change shifts, do you think there's? And I don't want to like not make you a god, but what if?
I want to be their god. I'm so sick of these guys. They're great.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, I mean, they just follow me around, and I mean, once I saw what they're capable of, they came as a small group, and they've just kept
Multiplying.
repopulating.
Okay, so what if I as everyone here now knows, I can also shapeshift. And I don't know if you could tell if it's your shape-shifting ability that made them want to follow you and revere you as a god, or if it was the fact that you could melt some of them because you're just that talented. But what if I attempted to be their god? And
Not fair. I mean, you could always try it, but I don't know. I haven't tried to manipulate them exactly.
and
I'm just trying to survive.
aren't we all? And I don't know if you're proficient or how many languages you're proficient in, but do you speak their tongue? Because when I've heard them,
Oh, no, I have no idea what they're saying. It makes it a really difficult relationship.
it sounds like it, because the fact that they just saw what you could do and then followed you and you can't even communicate is astounding. It makes
I
you
mean,
an
can
even
you speak
more.
to your gods?
I look at Rue and I'm like, he can. I can't answer that question.
What? You can speak to a god?
Yeah,
I
sometimes.
look at Rue.
I mean, not all the time.
Who do you talk to?
Gaia.
She sounds great. I don't know her, but I already love her.
She's pretty awesome.
I don't spend a lot of time learning about the gods of good. Did she make you feel safe?
Yeah, definitely. I've felt safe for most of my life. Unsafe is a very new feeling for me.
Welcome to the club.
I'm really sorry if I made you feel unsafe.
Oh, it's not
She
your fault.
starts reaching for her chest.
It's not your fault at all.
I immediately start looking down and kicking the dirt.
It's just a different place than where I grew up. That's all.
Well, maybe this place just didn't have you yet.
That's what I'm thinking. That's I think it's a good outlook.
I think if a god talks to you, it's got to say something.
Yeah, well, it's to stop the blight in this area. That's what we want to find the source of the blight.
Ina, you said you don't know a whole lot about the gods of good, but does that am I to infer that you know gods of evil or chaos?
I mean, I think that the chaos gods are just a little bit more prevalent in this world.
But it's not that you know specifically more about one than another.
I mean, I worship Volado, but that doesn't not more than your average follower.
Okay, I was just curious.
So you don't know anything about pacts with chaos gods then?
That's not how I attain my magic. So maybe the coven might be able to give you more information, but they're not. It's not easy for them to just hand things out. You might have to make a deal, which could be dangerous.
Well, I think that. Go
Do you
ahead,
know
Dunmore.
anything about the magic that seems to fuel this world?
I'm born of this land, and I can tell this year's not from around here. Although you, Claymore, you look a little familiar. But I can't quite put my finger on it.
Have you ever seen one of these? And I will I produce the stone from my bag.
Well, no. What is it?
I don't know. I was hoping you could tell me.
Let her touch it.
Says Aramis.
Touch my rock.
Do you let her touch it?
Yeah.
First off, before she does it, can I roll insight to know if it's gonna cause her any harm?
I don't think that even with like a nat 20, there's an insight roll because no one's touched it and had it.
You already remember you touched it. It heals you.
Yes, but I feel like everybody's kind of had something. I don't feel like anybody's got hurt from it, but I just wanted to make sure that because she's a different creature than us, I don't want her getting hurt, and I don't know that I would know that, but maybe I stop her and I just say, "We don't know enough about this stone," and fucking cat. Like,
No, Maka's never opened the door on her own once. And she just figured out how to do it to get to a fucking cat. Cool, this will help me figure out what's gonna happen instead. Cool. I'm positive about exactly how this is gonna work out.
Nope, lost it.
And it's gone.
It's gone forever.
It's gone.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like she's almost trying to do like a paladin thing, like a divine sense, like to see if it's good or evil, basically. Because if it's good, maybe like it'll hurt her or if her alignment's evil as like a sea hag.
So has everyone touched it but Rue? The stone?
In the party, yes, yeah. And I believe Najma only touched it once and had it briefly, like she held it briefly.
Yeah. Yeah. The three of us and one ender.
Yes.
Yeah, the ender didn't seem pumped about touching it.
Facts.
Yeah. I just wanted to warn her / let her know what she was getting into before she touched it. That's all. My turn.
I need to pull up the notes.
Especially considering she's already like in a kind of a half well state.
Yeah, I'm just gonna read all this. Yeah, so she reaches out and she's got kind of like webbed claw hands. And she reaches out and like presses her. She like reaches out, just hesitates for just a second, and looks at every one of you and just ends on Scarlet and pushes her hand toward this stone. And you see her kind of eyes, like these big bug eyes, just kind of roll back in her head a little bit. And she just drops to the floor.
Oh no.
I am immediately on the floor with her, on my knees by her, like checking her vitals, and
Yeah, I'd be there helping too. Is she
like in a like what state is she in? Is she like in a dream
She-
state? Is she in like
She looks like as you guys are. Well, let's do a medicine check. If you guys want to know, let's do a medicine check.
Could it be Arcana though? Because this is something induced by this stone that we don't know anything about that's magical.
Yeah, I could let you do an Arcana check. Maybe get something a little different than what
Okay.
Bree's pulling. Um. So, Rue, you see that she has just fainted. She doesn't. She's not in like pain. She's her like breathing is slowed, but she's just unconscious.
But stable.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not in pain. She doesn't. Well, not more so than she was earlier. Her wounds haven't affected it any more so. Um. And Scarlet, you feel you're like trying to sense this arcane energy, and even though you don't see it, you feel like her kind of tethered to the stone now. Like you can feel that she's kind of pulled to it.
She's stable.
In
Guys.
like
She's stable.
in like a voluntary way, or like the stone is pulling her to it.
It's the stone is pulling her, but it's not like in like a dangerous way.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get that. I hear Rue confirm that she's stable, and I'm like, it really seems like this stone is calling to her and pulling her to it, but in maybe not a menacing way. I can't exactly tell, but I'm not. If she's stable, I'm not getting a whole lot of like threatening vibes from what's going on. And I guess we can know more when she wakes up. As we've seen, it affects everyone differently. This is definitely some magic I've never seen.
Yeah, it seems to have a different effect on everybody,
Yeah.
which is odd.
No wonder it's so highly sought after. If nothing else, but for scientific exploration.
Well,
I mean, I can't. I mean, we gotta stay here until she comes out of this. I am not, or at least until there's somebody here to watch over her. I can't just like leave her here with the, unless like we can test it and see if like Claymore walks away with the stone and gets
She
out of
grips
range.
you. Like her hand just snaps out and grabs onto your clothing, and it's just like held on for dear life. She takes a deep inhale and just looks up frantically.
What happened?
did
She
you have
clenches.
vision?
She clenches, and she lets go and just kind of falls completely slack.
Is she conscious?
She is.
Okay. What happened? What did
But
you...
she just like her whole body like tensed
Limp.
up 100%, and then just relaxed completely.
I offer her a drink of water because I mean I don't have any food. I mean I have rations, but that's not tasty.
You don't
so
have any biscuits.
I don't got no biscuits and gravy.
She just looks around kind of like wide out, like, and like there's like a little bit of wildness to her face, like that you haven't seen before. I was connected to the magic of this land. I was everywhere. And then I was blighted. It doesn't make sense. I don't know what happened, but we've been dealing with a blight for so long. It came out of nowhere. And it was like I was in another body. I was still me, but I was someone else. And then I felt like I was inhabited by something completely devoid of anything, any thought, any rationale, just single-minded. And she like takes like a long, raspy inhale. I had to have been one of the blighted. And she just like trails off. Like she just like loses her train of thought.
If this is doing that to good people, such as Ina here, and if this, when we touch this to the, I can't remember what they were called, the
Enders.
and the Enders, and they pleaded for us to kill them, I feel like the stone may have had intentions for good. And correct, I mean, this is just me speculating. Correct me if I'm wrong, or if you got another opinion. But I feel like this stone might be responsible for pulling people into being blighted and becoming one of something like the Enders. It pulls them out of who they are
Or is
and
this
makes them.
stone the cure to becoming like the Enders? Because the Enders are mindless, and it wasn't until we touched the stone to them that they gained consciousness of their own.
Oh, wow.
And admittingly, they asked for death because of their situation, but
Yeah, that does lead one to question.
it didn't hurt. Did it hurt you, Ina, or did it just give you these memories, or flash, or whatever however you describe them?
I don't feel pain, but I feel more sorrow than I've ever felt. I felt empty.
It's
And
so
feeling pain is better than feeling empty.
It's so weird because it healed me. It gave Claymore flashbacks of a memory of an experience. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was an experience you had, or was it like it was something you had done before, right? It was like a flashback.
I don't know. They weren't memories that I knew to be mine, but they felt like memories.
They were more like a vision.
I'm wondering if
Yeah.
it gave Ina something similar, if it gave her visions of creatures connected, but not necessarily. It wasn't necessarily blighting her.
And Aramis and Rue have not touched it, right?
Aramis has.
Aramis has, because that's how he got his powers with Momo.
Oh, fuck. But Rue has not. Or yeah, okay. I have no idea. I could speculate all day long, but I feel like there's an inconsistency here. And it affects everyone differently.
We have more questions now than answers.
It feels as if the blight is somehow connected to this new magic.
Yes, 100%. That is one thing we can gather from all this information.
And
It's definitely
perhaps-
connected to this.
So I'm further apprehensive of giving that technology to other people. I don't
And
want to
perhaps
spread
it's-
the blight even further. I don't think a property is worth that.
Indeed, I agree with that. And there are other ways to collect properties and things like that.
Agreed. So do you think this stone is a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's a tool, and that depends on whose hands it's in.
Rue touches the stone.
So it's not something I was prepared for.
Oh, how did you not expect that? Especially if everybody else already had. Well, everybody else gonna do it. I'm gonna do it too. Why not?
Well, Rue always carves his own path.
Well, here you go.
Yeah, now that I feel like
Expected
it might be connected to the blight, and that might be a key for information. Rue, for the first time, is like, there's a value in touching it. Sorry, Joe.
Okay, let me write some stuff.
This was from
Should
like,
we take a 5 minute because I could pee.
it was like
and I could
5
use
so
a
I
drink.
definitely could pee. And
I
this was
say
also
5
like,
minute.
When's the last time we even asked Rue to touch the stone? Like 4
Yeah.
sessions ago?
Yeah,
We
let's
can-
It
No,
was
now.
like session 2 or session 3. It was.
We can do like a true 5-minute that way. 'cause
Yeah,
I know
I'm
we're on
gonna-
time crunch.
I'm gonna sit in my cave here. I'm gonna figure some stuff out. We'll be back in 5.
The game will likely start 10 minutes late, so.
Okay, so you got 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Just gotta write an epic scene in like 5 minutes. Cool. Okay. Great.
You got it.
Oh, Joe, I love you, buddy.
Crushing it.
I pulled out that stone just for you, buddy. Uh,
All right, be right back, everybody. Sorry.
This is the first time I've been on time from a break. Through 5 minutes, I made it back.
Joe's just
It
sweating.
was actually six minutes.
Where
just so
are
know.
you? You're not.
I was watching. Don't worry. I'm planning shit. Don't worry about it.
But don't talk to us if you're planning shit.
He's cursing my name.
You should have been prepared for that.
Hey, why don't you DM?
No, thank you. Maybe for a one shot. One shot, one time. I could do. I could co-DM. I could not. No, I don't think I could DM. Everything would just be like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Would not be very. It'd be very D&D loose. Go with that.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not having a DM right now. I got so much shit going on.
Aw.
Planning shit would not, yeah. Kind of worked out.
Yeah. Worked out like it was supposed to. But I admire what you're doing.
Well, once I get settled, it'll be different.
Yeah.
It's just like 3 or
mad
4 weeks of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a lot of bullshit. Emotionally and physically.
Yeah, I just
So,
want to
yeah.
get it done.
Yeah. Mad respect for what you're doing. For sure. My granddaddy lives across the street and he's 85 and he's kind of a hoarder. / he thinks he needs at least 2 of every tool that he
Yeah, it's so
doesn't use.
spicy.
Or if he can't find it. Like he literally has an anvil. What is he going to do with an anvil? Like a Looney Tunes anvil. He has one. Why? I don't know. He's like, blacksmithing sound cool. I'm like, Granddaddy, you're 85.
Hey, you never know, you know? He's
Exactly
he's
his words.
He's
Never
optimistic.
He has.
I could do that shit.
Well, what's worse is that he has dogs that he can't, like, or 2 outside dogs that he can't take care of. And when he does, it's scary. And it's like. So, yeah, no. My point is, I can relate and I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 88 and 87.
All right, let's fucking go. I got it. All right.
Where are you?
Just calm down. I'm not even in stream yet.
I'll be not. Nick, every time you play, I feel like you have a different background.
That's what I'm going for.
I really like this wherever you are now. It looks really nice.
Is this the new house?
No, this is a rental property my dad has.
It's
Nice.
really
That
nice.
weird. Yeah.
That candelabra makes me feel like I should be in like Game of Thrones or some shit. Minus like the leather chairs, but like
Yeah.
the candelabra.
We're getting
does it
everything
for me.
around it.
All right.
Anyways, okay. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Gotta bring some fucking energy in the last 25 minutes that we've got. All right. So you touch the stone, Rue, and your mind goes blank. You don't remember who you are, where you came from, but you have feeling. You still have emotions. And then you're in the eyes of something small in a grass plain. You're looking at hours of grass, and you still have that emotion, and you can see the world around you. And then where you had nothing but emotion, now you have everything except for emotion. So you see, you hear, you taste, you smell this world around you that's fresh and natural and connected, and then you just lose everything that's inside your heart. And then your eyes just, it's like you astral project out of this body and you are an insect. And you come into this aerial view and you just, it's like fucking Deadeye from Overwatch. You see like ping, 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 ping. You see all these other insects that you connect with. and then you feel their feelings, and then you feel them lose their feelings. And it's like you can feel it radiating out from this central body. And then you warp back into this insect that you now know that you were. And you still don't have emotion, but you sense everything just exponentially larger. And you feel hunger. Where you had the dead eye for the creatures around you, now your lust sends you to one point. You don't know where that is, but you are compelled. Beyond all reason, beyond all emotion, the only thing that your body is telling you to do is to go there. And you don't know why. And then you pull out. It's not the same astral projection that you saw earlier when you came out of the insect's body. But you pull back, and now you're in, like, you can see the expanse. And as you're looking down, you can see from the map that you have, the rough sketch that you are given from Frika, you can see that you're in Nezaran. And this Nezaran looks different. It's natural, but you see buildings everywhere, and there's no buildings on the map that you're given. Where you could see on the map that its area was is another city that looks completely different, much more natural. Kind of think Ewok, giant, large trees that have these buildings that are interconnected, that are built like treetop mansions, that are running, that have bridges running from position to position. And you're just like, you're doing this swooping view. And you can see this just kind of time lapse of buildings being produced and then destroyed, and nature growing and expanding. And it just seems like time passing. And then you feel your face being ripped off. You have a claw that is just piercing through your face. And you turn and you see a winged demonoid with a raven mask in front of you. This isn't exactly what you're supposed to see right now. You can speak.
Who are you?
Motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Little one. And he, like, taps you on the head with that same clawed hand. For someone who's so versed in religion, you should really broaden your horizons.
Still didn't catch your name. I love the echo laugh.
Shut, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll a charisma saving throw. You feel a weakness ripple through this spectral spiritual energy that you've kind of harnessed. And you can't quite tell what's going on, but you feel weaker. I think that you might want to watch your tongue, child.
Hold on one second. Big girl, come on. It's alright. The doorbell will do you.
Yeah. Well, at least you don't have
Or
cats.
Yeah.
Yeah. and it's like this entity it has these like wings that are tucked.
Get over here.
I'm
I'm listening.
No, you're good. It's just that's me and my dogs. Every time I gotta like slide over, open the door, close the door, open the door, close the door, open the door, close the door. It's like a hunched over figure. There's a long raven's mask.
Like the plague, like the doctors that wore like.
Kind of like the plague doctor, but not. There, like it looks like very. There's like feathers, but it's got the length of like the plague doctor.
Is it black, like a raven?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's red wings that are kind of tucked together, and it's kind of hunkered over and clasping its claws together. And then it stands up and takes a bow and brings up and fully extends these giant red wings. I'm Balner. Nice to meet you.
I knew it.
The pleasure's mine, Balner. What can I do for you?
You could stop fucking up my story.
What does that mean?
My champion.
Well,
True.
I'm trying to paint a picture here. I'm trying to carve out my little utopia, if you will. And if I'm being honest, I don't remember your boss telling you what to do here. I don't remember your boss telling you to touch the stone.
Well, my boss didn't tell me not to touch the stone. Is this your stone? But it's not. And so how am I fucking up your story?
Well, you see, the stone, it really affects different people in different ways, and he punches himself in the side of the head. That's not for you to know.
Then why'd you bring it up?
You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, here I am.
And soon you won't. And in that moment, you feel a hand tugging on yours. And you're being pulled back down to the landmass. And you're going to a mountain range. You can see where you're going. It's north of the river. You've seen it on your map. You're being pulled to a settlement that hasn't been active in this timing that you've seen. Do you react? Do you just let the pull happen?
I mean, I can't. I mean, is this something I can fight? No, I'll let the pull happen.
And you hear Gaia whisper in your ear, I can't do much, but I will do this. Just don't do this again. Don't.
Okay.
And you're dropped in the middle of a very rustic mountain village. You can see a few beings sauntering around. They're all really tall, especially to you, short palate elf. And they're walking on two legs. They have long horns and tails. And they're using what looks to be magic. And it's not the kind of God-connected magic that you know, but it looks to be like the new magic that you've seen around. They're not using it to float cards. They're not using it to animate armor. But they're using it to protect their home. And they're using it to connect with the earth. And you hear, whispered in your ear, kind of fading away, this is what you're here for. And then Gaia's gone. And then you're back.
So we'll recant the story to everybody. I don't want to leave anything out.
Nope. Roll a history check to see what you left out.
I think that as he's talking to me, the second he says Balner, I'm like really, really taken aback. And immediately I'm like, Rue, I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to pull you into this shit. I didn't know that he would, like, I didn't think he'd get to you. Like, Gaia's on your side. I'm so sorry. Like, I had no idea. I didn't even think it was possible. I mean...
I didn't know Balner didn't pull you into this shit.
Yeah,
if you made a pact with him, there's no way that other people didn't make a pact with him.
Yeah, but what if because of the pact that I made with him is what contributed to this blight? Like, what if this is my fault and I didn't even know it? Like, I haven't done anything for him in years and I haven't seen him, or it's been a while. And now I don't know. I don't even know what I can do. I just hate that I feel like I've pulled you directly into it, and
don't feel bad. He doesn't want me involved. He was afraid that I was here.
I'm
he
sorry.
said I was fucking his story up. He tried to intimidate me, but I felt fear from him, not anything else.
I actually look Rue in the eyes for the first time since I've revealed who I was, and say, you're the only person I've ever known that could stand up to him, and I'm glad that it was you and not me, because where I failed, you succeeded, and that's why I strive to be more like you.
Well, I don't think you have to serve him forever. I think we can find you a way out of this. Again, he doesn't want me to be involved. So the fact that he doesn't want me to be involved makes me feel like I need to be involved.
I'm just scared. I'm really scared. I'm scared about, like, the power he has over my sister, but I know that if I told her the situation, that she would forsake her happiness to save an entire land. But how do you explain that to somebody you're miles and miles and miles from?
Yeah. But I believe I know what Gaia has set me here to do.
You mean other than move me?
I mean, I think that what Gaia wants me to do and what Balner doesn't want me to do are very connected.
Yeah, no, I think that point is apparent.
The village that you described, the people that you saw, the civilization being at one with nature, I also saw all of that in the vision that the stone gave to me.
Gaia gave me very strict instructions not to touch a stone again, though. I feel like it's a tool that we don't necessarily understand yet.
Did Gaia say whether or not we should let other people touch it, or we should stop letting anybody touch it? Did she say?
She told me not to touch it. I would recommend we don't let anyone touch it, though.
If it brought Balnor to your site, even though it wasn't supposed to, I would be leery to let other people touch it myself.
Yeah.
But
and it has a different effect on different people, right? And so I'm interested as to why this is the effect that it had on me, and not you, who has a deeper connection and knowledge of Balner. You know.
I feel like that answer is the only answer that seems simple. You're of pure heart, and obviously I'm corrupted. Like, I, this part's unclear, but it seems like Balnor wants me to see this stone and people touching it as advantageous because he allowed me to feel better from it. Whereas you,
I don't think Balnor's in control of the stone yet.
Yeah, he didn't give me that impression at all.
He told Rue that the stone would be his.
Mm-hmm. That he feels like it should be.
mm,
But that is all the proof that we need. That we in no way should ever hand this over to.
Yeah, I agree.
Dune.
I completely agree. I don't care what my.
And I'm beginning to see why he asked you to get the property for Westio.
Mm-hmm.
I think I messaged to Rue and just because in my head that feels safer, and I'm just like, I couldn't agree with you more, but I'm also very scared. So yeah. And then I say out loud, well, Ina seemed to think that the Coven would have a lot of the answers, even though I just spilled some of my beer. Even though
It's obviously Destiny saying you're wrong. Okay.
obviously. Even though she also advised us to go.
She also said don't go to them.
She said don't go to the Coven.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why she said they would have more information and they would know more.
Well, we can still ask her. She's still here.
Yeah, but she's
right here in this conversation.
And I look at her and I'm like, oh, you're feeling well enough to talk?
Well, I'm kind of drained, but yeah, I'm still here. I mean, should I look more normal? And she like changes her shape to try and look like a human again. I could see why you would want to involve me.
I change shape to look like her, and then I'm like her original form. And I'm like, no, stop it. I thought you were too exhausted to like have to think about these kinds of things. If you, I mean, I know you said we're not ready to face the Coven, but you also said that they know stuff, and I think we have one more resource about like who might know more about the stone.
I think there's been mention of the Coven.
No, there was Westio's buddy. Their pronoun is they.
Dude.
They have a resource that was an archivist,
Right.
Whatever.
Artificer.
Or whatever that knew stuff about stones and stuff, and we could have gone into.
Dugak
She
has
knows
an
about-
artificer looking at it too.
Dugak has an artificer. And you guys have been sent on this wizard quest to do something.
To retrieve magic items.
I think perhaps trying to find this village from Rue's vision would be something where, while we're in the wilds. You said it's towards the mountains in the north?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, if that village is, if that vision of the village was what's on this land, what's here right now, I would be interested in seeing what we can learn there. Like I said, in the visions of the stone it showed me what sounds like those same people. And
But
they
from
have a
the-
very
and-
deep connection to the Warforged.
And just to clarify, the two locations had similar vibes, but like your place, Claymore, was like a kind of Ewok on Endor kind of vibe, where Rue, your village was more of like a city on a hill, dusted mountain kind of range. So they're similar peoples, but different locations. Just to kind of add some nuance there.
And if we happen across this wizard's castle, you know, hey,
Well, I do think that
I mean, if we're
maybe
going up against a god, magical items wouldn't hurt.
yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
But we should keep them for ourselves, I think.
And I'm wondering, with this Kuatoa problem, if perhaps we should wait for a few parties to come in and see if we can catch the last party or two and try to persuade them that we're their gods.
We could.
I mean, I don't think we should go down there, but I think that, you know, if we wait for a few parties to return, you know, in hiding, you know, I totally think that we can, you know, I mean, I can summon a dragon. Drake, excuse me. Sorry.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but do you
We're
speak fish?
we're magic
Well,
as
Ina did
fuck.
speak fish.
I speak draconic. I don't know
that
how that
sounds
happened.
magical, and okay, I think that's a plus for us. You can summon a drake. Rue can speak to a god.
And
Claymore is not of this land. Right? I mean, because how many Warforged are actually in this new land? Is that something that's common?
You haven't seen any.
Okay, exactly. So it's like he, in and of himself, looks like he could be a god.
Ina, do they listen to you? I mean, do they take direction? Or do they just follow you around?
Oh, what? No, they. I mean, I can kind of get simple ideas across, but they don't really understand the fineries of common.
Would they follow you, or do they... Is this their hub?
Well, this is kind of their base of operations. It was my home, and then they carved out that cave, and now that's their home. Kind of my home too.
Are they able to live for long periods outside of the water? Do you know?
Oh yeah, they don't necessarily need the water to live.
Okay.
The entire cave system inside is dry.
so you're saying they could follow us?
If gods are on your side, then
if
maybe.
if we persuade them that we're their gods, we could have a Kuatoa following potentially.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I feel like more within our grasp, and I mean, I love this idea. This is beautiful. But perhaps we could exchange goods with them, or they could sacrifice some of the goods that they have found to their quote-unquote gods that we could use. But I mean, this is all hypotheticals, and we can try and do your plan of like hanging out outside of the lake entrance and convincing them that we're a god and seeing one of us is a god, we're all gods, whatever, you know.
Or I mean, we could also go now and do that. But there's 15 of them.
15 with 3 majors.
So
And I
if it
don't
goes-
And just to remind you that the smaller guys weren't too much of a threat. Like
Yeah, I cut down all of those smaller
all of
guys.
them, literally all of them.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
I'm willing to try
No.
either option.
I mean, I am trying my best to try something that I'm not accustomed to, and that's to not taking the easy way out, which is usually just killing somebody that gets in my way or injuring them to the point where they can't retaliate, which isn't always the healthiest choice, but it is easy. And
you
I
do
don't
have some
know.
awesome abilities that can take out groups of people.
But if I'm trying to not do that, Aramis, like
The cave network
I-
too. It'd be easy to funnel
Well,
them in.
so am I. I'm just, I want to go down there and do the dog and pony show, but if they don't go for it, I'm just saying maybe we could take them.
I mean, I think we
Well, if it
I'd
doesn't
ki-
work, they're probably going to attack us.
for
Right.
sure. And at that point it'll be self-defense, but I would like to try Rue's way of diplomacy, and if Rue, if you're okay with us trying to persuade them that
Well, yeah,
How are you doing
I think
that?
any path that doesn't lead to killing them is probably a better path. To at least try.
even if it involves us pretending to be gods or one of us pretending to be a deity.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the option over just killing them, then I think we should at least try.
Colin, how about, do you want to call it here so you can do your game?
It hasn't
your
started
shortfall?
yet, but
Okay.
it'll likely start any minute now.
Yeah, so let's call it here, just because it's a kind of a good spot
Yeah,
to say
it's a
like
good
this is a good
bookmark.
break. I do kind of want you guys to kind of ponder what you might want to do as a team.
Well, I thought we just decided it. That's what I want to like recap.
Well, like so is everybody in agreement that you want to try being a god, and then if it doesn't work, try and kill everybody?
I mean, yeah, I think that's a.
I think so.
Okay, all right.
Do you want to ask Ina about like her opinion of this? I know she
Yeah.
doesn't want to be their god anymore, and she's fine with not being. But how does she feel about us wiping them out as well?
Well,
And
I mean, I was kind of sending you down there to wipe them out, so I'm not super stressed about that. But I will say that once again, they're not physically very strong, but their religious fervor is kind of their source of strength. So if this fails, you're not going to be fighting 15. You're going to be fighting 15 at a much stronger level. They become more powerful as their power system creates a void. So if I'm not their god and they know that you're trying to become a god, well, one of them is going to literally become closer to a god.
So
So,
they evolve
we
to
could
fill the
just-
niche.
We could
Yeah,
just leave Nima's form out of it completely.
Now,
So they
you
still
say
believe that she's a god.
you say you melted one of them. Did you melt the biggest one of them when you became their god?
that was so long ago. It was just, I guess it was the one that was kind of on top of me. I think it was one of the magic users, but
Ina, I hate to even ask this, but if we like if I don't take your form and we're down there and we're on Dust Door and I send Happy up here to have you come down and pardon us, is that something you would be willing to do? Even, and I don't even want to ask you to like, because I know it's risking your life, but is that something you would consider?
Oh,
if-
idea. Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, check this out, right? You can look like her, okay?
hold on. First off, let's resolve this thing with Ina. Baby, roll a persuasion
Sorry.
check with advantage. You're my only friend. I'll do anything.
We're your only friends right now. That's just because the world hasn't got to see how beautiful you really are. And I'm hoping that once we clear this up, we could just spread that word. And
What if we can have one of us pretend to slay their god. And I glance at Scarlet, and then I glance at Claymore.
I am very nervous about that, and at first I'm like, no, and then I'm like, okay, well, here's my concern. They will be enraged that their god is dead. However, Ina, you said they're not very intelligent creatures.
Yeah, idiots.
So,
Religiously fervored idiots.
so Claymore, who they probably never seen the likes of, if Claymore slays Ina, me being Ina, do you think the chances of them following him would increase, or would that enrage them and invoke a war? Because I think it would invoke a war with an intelligent beast that
Not
was
that I just killed their
loyal.
god.
Right.
What did you say, Nick?
If they think I just killed their god, will they just become
Right.
enraged?
Or would they?
Well, what concerns me is the lack of kind of the magical essence here. If you see a big thing slash something in half, then it doesn't, maybe like a warrior chieftain, but not necessarily a god.
What if I cast Eldritch Blast on myself, but made it look like it was emanating from him? So I would use Happy to cast Eldritch Blast
Yeah.
from wherever Claymore is invisibly to me. And even if it does knock me out, whether I fake it or if it does put me at 0.
That would work.
I can
If
also cast
the-
Thaumaturgy and
Oh, yeah.
radiate the ground and cast a voice from behind Claymore.
And I
And thaumaturgy doesn't throw a voice, it just
No, but
amplifies your
yeah,
voice.
well,
Right.
I would get behind Claymore,
I
Okay.
say in
cast it as
Draconic,
if
and
it's coming from him.
I say in Draconic, and I can summon a Drake that can harness lightning
Oh.
in Draconic, so nobody else is necessarily understanding me.
Yeah,
But
Aramis,
you get
you got
the
huge
gist,
boners,
though.
got it. You got huge dragon boners, cool.
So,
Oh, sweet.
Ina, with the illusion of magic being cast from Claymore, you think that that would help?
I hate to say it, but I think you got a chance.
Oh, sounds like it's worth trying.
It certainly does.
And